games here within the group stage itself. So, without any further ado, let's get it on.
Please!
The most anticipated player in some time.
But it's not triple, right?
Graces the land circuit. And
Sugar Harry is good, if not triple though.
After storming through the play-ins, we get Donk and the boys taking on one of the best teams.
Let's lock in. This is it, chat. This is it. All eyes on this game.
Sleep on this roster. They have been picking up
oh
some
my god,
fantastic
dude!
results.
Spirit is favored. Navi won against G2. They 2-0 at G2.
Man,
they're on a what? 11 win streak? What was it? How are people favoring Spirit?
I mean, you know, this is
That's crazy.
The big matchup of the day, really. This is kind of sick. So Donk is already leading the charge, pushed all the way
Bro,
up
there's
through
so much
main,
pressure on this game.
and he's got the rest of the boys in behind him. You already heard from Magix earlier on.
Here we go.
They kind of want Donk to approach this like the tip of the spear. They
Imagine your
want
Donk right now.
starting strong.
I think also a bit early on with that information peak, right? They have no reason to move yet, and I think Spirit needs to show themselves somewhere else before going for this AX.
Guys, prediction, last chance.
Really
I'm closing it early, actually. Out of significance
Alexi
and importance for this
towards
game.
mids
I
to
will
spot
close it
for
early.
information.
Oh my
And
god,
obviously that
YNK.
smoke for red. Let's see if that causes any movement, but Ima and Bit are just staying there. They have a smoke as well.
Ooh, attempted the chance spam from Alexi, but it won't find anything. Ima forced off of Donut. They might want to try and take a bit of space back after losing this control over middle. Alexi moves in, trying to lend a helping hand, but it's Chopper whose head's on a
3 on 3.
Good for the open.
20 seconds to plant bomb. Out of their hands right now. JL boss. Shiro 1v2.
Just Shiro throwing into
He used to be.
the
He has one bullet!
Not a name you should ever forget about is Shiro. This fight is CT.
10
it's
seconds.
Wonderful to fall down.
4
Now
HP.
there's bit left in this. 10 seconds. Time
One
for
headshot.
essence. And Shiro gonna need this plant. Taps on it. Tries to.
Oh my days! Oh my days!
Lights them up. Another clutch for the
What is
clutch king
that?
here in KATOWICE. Look at him go. What a way to break into this series. It's a 1-on-2 or a 1v3 out of Shiro.
What?
Absolutely
That needed to be a headshot as well.
The jump check is one bridge too far when you're up
Dude.
against this guy.
I am mind blown. Server breaking headshot. No one was ready for that.
Naj, you gotta respect that, JL.
Perfect play to jump and check that.
You gotta respect that, old man.
But Shiro comes in warmed up.
Donk who? Shiro reminds everyone that he's still on this server.
Bro.
Wow, what a clutch.
And what a way to begin the series.
Bro.
You want to believe in the favorite, and for good reason. Spirit aren't proven. This roster hasn't taken on the Titans of CS.
I think also, you know, to talk a little bit about the veto, I think them
Navi
getting
gambling
Ancient
wrong.
and Mirage as the decider, we were discussing whether Navi is potentially going to not give them Mirage, right? Try to play something out of their
This
comfort
actually
zone,
looks
but
like
Navi's
YNK.
also
This is how
pretty
he's
good on
talking right
Mirage,
now.
So they're willing to go to that.
Nah, I love YNK, and he is spitting facts. It's just that 3 classes, I don't know why they do it, bro. It's just, give us a break, let us breathe, you know?
But, you know, with all the hype surrounding Donk, it's obviously not about one player, and Spirit has been playing great. I mean, opened up
3
with a
classes is
13-0.
boss
You know,
if
in
they
that
have a
game,
pro.
sure, Donk played well, but
Remember
so
the
did
Cadian
Nice
one,
towards that
the
B
Hooksy
ramp.
one?
That's something Spirit does a lot when we go to their CT side, crunching that area.
Yeah.
And there's not really
Donk
a way,
0
you know,
and
if
2,
someone's saying,
what a
"Oh,
fraud,
just
what a
avoid them
fraud."
or counter, you know, like players with an aggressive playstyle, they're going to go for fights, and it's about punishing them. The thing that makes them great is even if a fight is not in their favor, they're still able to win it.
Yeah, you know, and I think
Donk.
something that someone even like his
Silence
Shiro
the
had to
haters.
learn was when there's a lot of hype around you, and then you kind of have those games where you fall a little quiet. Dealing with that is like a whole different, you know, skill in and of itself.
780 up, bro.
So
We are 2 rounds
Donk, if he
in,
does get
motherfucker.
put off to a slow start in the series, maybe, you know, the usual peaks aren't panning out. Does he have that sort of resilience built up yet? Especially when the stakes, the tier of competition is so high.
I have one of my monitors on a permanent Donk cam here for the duration of this series.
Ah,
Expect
calm
to see him
down.
hanging
Don't
around the
put
jungle
pressure on him
side
like that, man.
A lot here. He was doing a lot of late pops, sometimes solo, pushing through this mid smoke up against the Mongols. I'm not sure if Navi will let him get away with that. Wonderful is trained in on the angle right now.
Donk. Donk.
Smoke going to red.
It's just an
Need a
RVP.
molly to break this position, and Wonderful awaits. There's that Molotov. Oh, it breaks.
This
Well, it
Molotov.
doesn't even land correctly. It doesn't matter. The threat of it is enough. Wonderful reposition. No heaven to
Oh,
walk
the
out,
donk.
and he gets donked. Open up into middle. 5-on-4, and the AWP is gone from the round.
30 seconds.
Still, it's swiftly equalized thanks to Alexi B up
Time
in the
is low,
cave.
Spirit.
Chopper falls, Donk with the trade, so 2 kills for him here, but caught knife
Aye,
out.
that's bomb.
That's a
That's
nice,
the round.
easy kill for JL. Donk thinking he's a lot more
time.
room than he did, and Navi have just full adjusted, moving over to play around the
2 to
bomb.
1.
Team Spirit, they can't win this run. So
This
Shiro
chat.
and Zontix will just back out of there and hold on to these
Guys,
guns.
if this would be an
Navi
elimination game,
get on the board
like,
in the 3rd round.
I want both teams to win, you understand?
a bit
I'm not a fake
strange
friend. I'm the realest
in
friend
terms
out
of
there.
calling after they get the kill,
Everyone
right?
knows
Not
that.
even trying to put some extra pressure. Donut really showing themselves towards the
Even
A-bomb site
JL
before
would be
trying to
cheering
make
for Donk
that,
right now.
play in
And I'm not
cave,
even
then
I'm not
also
even
going
cheering for Donk, am I?
1-on-1 here, right?
I'm
Like,
unbiased.
you want to be at each other's
I want both
hips,
to win.
so to speak, right? So you guarantee that trade kill, and 2 very important kills from
Here we go, bro.
Alexi B. Team Spirit still enough for a bye, but really had a big advantage in that round.
Straight up heaven, and a break as well for Ema. But Spirit are relegated
Choose
behind
one?
the smokes,
No.
behind the Molotovs.
May the better team win.
Yeah, and I think, you know, Ema is an interesting talking point, right? I think we've definitely seen his level like creeping back up, which is a good sign. Obviously, when he was brought into this team post the Paris major,
I'm not gonna
he had a
cheer.
phenomenal performance there, and I think it was always
Against
going to be
a
hard to
17-year-old
replicate
kid.
that, but it feels like he's started to settle
In
into his own. So
One
gonna
of the
be
most
someone
important games of his
well
life
worth
right now.
keeping an eye on in this
Because
matchup
everyone has
today.
his eyes on him.
Probably the team as a whole is in the same boat. It's just getting output from, let's say, Ema and Bit on a consistent level, right?
Well, we have Bit here in the temple side. Wonderful jiggling from Donut into full A execute.
Here we go.
With a couple lurks out mid. Ema gets killed on heaven, and they're going to come in on this Donut split. Loads of time. The pressure is not on Team Spirit, and they await the kill.
Oh, wow.
Shiro's given it.
Oh,
Doubles
wow.
up, and
I don't
it
even
might be
know
a
how.
save forced here for Navi, overwhelmed by the A split. I do like how much Spirit have been taking delayed mid takes on the T side of this map. You can never truly get comfortable when you're on heaven,
That's
when you're in the
crazy.
cubby. They will come through with 30 seconds remaining a lot.
And you could see even in the first gun round, Navi's
Man,
ready
this
for
game
the
is
perfect
hype.
counter. There's
Spirits
the
is
op,
mapping,
really.
by the
But
way.
Wonderful misses his shot. Donk kills him. They can't.
Guys,
find the
prediction
op
closes
for
now.
him,
Sorry for the delay.
This round.
I'm actually
And
closing
another
now.
entry from Donk.
Oh, he's dead.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what makes it so terrifying, right? Is when Donk is running it, yeah, and I know it's still early days, but the idea of like, if you miss, you know, the one thing everyone gives him credit for is being ludicrously fast, and so he's got that to fall back on. There were kind of 2 chances there to find him in that round, and if you don't get the instantaneous kill, you bet he's going to be able to return that the other way.
JL.
Navi, their money now broken. They just have this one gun on JL.
And? Closed.
So curious where they're going to try
Vamos.
and put him, how they want to play around this.
It's very tough because their loss bonus is going to be, you know, 2,400 if they lose this round. That's not a lot. They won't have an op. They won't have all
JL,
the
AK
utility
West
if they
equal.
want M4s. So probably the goal would be to save the gun on JL and to steal one more for a teammate. That would go a long way to helping Navi's chances in the following round, but we've seen crazier things happen.
Bro, next game would have been Big Clan.
I think it's really cool for me following, you know, being around for a long time and remembering Chopper from Vega Squadron days, right? And getting some of those underdog teams to
Mansoor.
majors and causing upsets and whatnot. And it was always the case of having, not to sound rude, but inferior players to some of the counterparts in the CIS region, right? And now having guys like Shiro and Donk on your team, finally having like some of the sharpest tools in the shed.
Oh, this is
getting
3v2.
interesting.
Yeah, with Wonderful finding that, he's suddenly primed over in main to try a bit of say over how this one plays
Donk.
out. Even the nade retrieve
Kobe!
goes on in, but Donk
Wow.
will dodge it. And with nothing being given, nothing gained there.
Wow.
Navi
Didn't
head
get
for the
Kobe,
hills.
that's
They just want to get
crazy.
out with this AK in check.
But just to finish that point, you know, finally having like really good tools and now being able to show what he can do as an in-game leader from this position, I think that's really interesting.
I'm not
You
glazing.
shouldn't forget Mag is also only 20 years old, right?
Dude, I
He's
swear,
been around for
Monesy is a
2-3 years
fucking
now.
real one, bro.
This
Chat,
team spirit
do you understand
lineup,
the
gaining
significance
experience,
of what he
and
said?
It just seems that the vibe
There's
is
so
at
many
an all-time
fucking
high.
kids
Yeah, no, you definitely
who are
get that
fucking,
vibe,
like,
and I think, you know, actually, Magic
who
Six
watch
is
these
a
games and
super
like, oh my
interesting
god,
one
he's
because
so
he's
overrated,
survived
and then
through,
or
you know,
they
like,
just hate him because he's
iterations
shouting.
of the Spirit roster, but one of the things that's
Mayonnaise is
clear
one of the
about
most
him
popular
when
figures.
he first
Everybody
joined
looks
this
up
team
to
is,
him.
like,
At
he
least,
was very
like, especially
kind
the
of
young one.
pliable,
Bro,
it felt
it's
like, you know, he
it's-
kind of
nah, bro.
adapted to the tier 1 level
What
very
a
well. It
boss
felt like they
for
put a
saying
good
that.
deal of faith in him, and I think you've seen him have to play in a variety of kind of spots and just accommodate that as time's gone on. I think for someone who was very young,
Man.
one of the things we would always say early on was, yeah, this was cool when he first joined this
What did
team.
he say?
because
In an
he's
interview,
kind
he
of a
said you
blank
shouldn't get any
slate, you
hate
can
for, like,
mold him
when
to
he
be whatever
screams or
you need him
something.
to be. And that's
He
pretty
hopes
much
that he
what
will
Spirit
perform
have done over
well.
the
He gave
years.
some advice.
And, you know, on top of that, obviously under-talked about in this team for good reason, but xantares and DONK both coming up together from the academy team into this main roster has to feel like a nice
Full
linear
boss.
progression, both moving at the same time, clearly like playing with each other, sat next to each other as well. So I think, yeah, when you say the vibes are good, I definitely think that's a note worth taking for Team Spirit.
I think if you see Hooksy or Carrigan in this situation where Team Spirit is, they call an A rush.
You don't know how
or a
many
B pop,
brain
like
dead
something like
CS
that
fans
now
there
to
are, bro.
break because
But
they've
that look
won
up
a
to
couple
someone
of
like
slow
Monesy, and
rounds.
him saying
But
that
let's see what
is
Team Spirit does.
huge,
Chopper
bro.
needs a gun first.
I don't know where that's gotten to.
He does.
Might be back in the water, or he might have to wait for one to be dropped over. Nah, he's got it. Oh, delayed by.
Like, look at an esports chat like ESL chat, and you will, bro, it is
back to spawn to
my
buy the
days.
gun.
DONK moving up ramp this time. There's no one even watching this. It's just a long player. Jail's tucked in, but you can win the round off this kill.
this
with
chat.
Alexi
No.
so deep in the cave and not coming back anytime soon. DONK
This
always
chat
heard the
is
steps.
really smart.
Jail knows what's up. DONK gets that entry, and that is a very
Nice,
difficult
DONK.
situation for Navi. As long as they plant for the long side,
but
there is
you know what-
stopping
you know what I
this.
mean?
Through the smoke goes on.
I remember watching
as the
Simple, and
break
some of the
comes
messages
in,
were
and
fucking
Navi are
ridiculous,
pushed out
bro.
of their own bomb site.
That should
Like, always
really be the
first time
round,
chatters
right?
typing the
Like
most
Navi,
dumbest shit
sure,
ever.
they've got Alexi kind of trapped in the cave, but that's not a good thing by his book. He just wants to get out of here with the M4. He could even look to give chase here. And DONK will.
Man, these are the mind games with these timeouts, right? So Spirit was winning rounds, playing slow, taking mid delayed, right? Splitting A, or just showing that and trying to go cave, whatever, right? So, and Navi's losing, obviously. So Blade takes a timeout. The call was apparently, you know, hey, let's just make sure we have mid and let's play heavy mid and, you know, a bit easier on the side. So Team Spirit, that's why I said a rush could have been good, but this is also just a bit faster.
Yeah.
You know, going up ramp, just letting DONK
5-1.
search for a player. So a perfect counter from Spirit. They knew, they predicted correctly the adjustment from Navi and were one step
Navi
ahead. And that's
PG
what we
to
talk
2-0.
about. Like when we're on the desk or we talk about conditioning your opponents, that's what Spirit was doing. And now the game is, you know, it's pretty tough for Navi because they tried different things. It's not working. Again,
No
going the
RBP
heavy
for
mid
Wonderful.
play.
Yeah, we've seen him get up here a few times. Trying to help out in this fight for the lane control. This time he's got Wonderful backing him up in middle. So it's nice that Navi kind of, you know, recommit to that idea, that thought of trying to hold on to this mid control heavier, not expecting a repeat. That kind of faster contact up through B ramp.
And for all Chopper's teams over the years, I feel like this is a roster where he feels most comfortable to actually play these really, really delayed rounds. We still see the rushes and the contact plays up ramp, but like I've seen a lot of rounds of Spirit are more than
Shiro
happy to
didn't
sit
die
behind
once.
his smoke at B doors and really drag it out. You know, Navi are doing a great job right now of holding their utility at the minute mark. 2 smokes, 2 mollies still available, but Spirit will be able to take B lane late, and Navi will no longer be here.
And look what happens with the time, right? right? You're just sitting still, and they have to sort of fall back because the utility has passed for them to hold those close positions and close angles, and Spirit, by just chilling, are now in a really good spot.
We've got an A execute fake into a B walk, and right now there is almost no one at this B bomb site. If they keep creeping, Navi might pull JL back once again. Will they fall for it? It's not looking likely.
2 Navi defenders are here. Fake is coming in.
Walk up now, Donk. Tip of the spear. First man in.
Alexi, stiff on bomb side B with the second defender.
Gonna force a reaction, and they go
wow,
Donk. Into it. Donk perishes in the Molotov. Comes after Alexi's death, but he's done what he had to do in the round. With 15 seconds left, these kills matter as they lock out Team Spirit. Will deal with
Chopper,
JL,
22 HP. That's bomb, isn't it? Yes, it is.
No recovering this one.
No time.
Chopper picks it up. There just isn't time to plant. And so Navi know they've done it. They don't even go peeking in. They don't give up those fights.
Let's go, Navi.
Great call for Navi to not rotate outright. Not only does Alexi stay in the cave, he throws his smoke, and that draws Spirit, thinking that maybe we force the rotate out JL. They all focus on cave. JL's able to swing out. They're not looking his way, and Alexi provides the perfect distraction for JL to drop the bomb. And
Chad, I want both teams to win
as well. And Navi just win it to the time. So not falling for a little bit of fakery in that round from Team Spirit.
That was a really good round from Spirit, just a great individual play from Alexi. Also, you know,
do you understand my side?
From Spirit, he was
I'm not going to cheer against fucking 17-year-old Donk, bro. In one of his most important live games.
And if it weren't for that, Donk, you know, could have had a chance to kill JL as well, and that would have been probably.
Yes, you're the realest one. Yes, we get you. Yes, I would do the same. I don't even have friends, but I get you. Yeah, there we go.
Navi, no
Let's go.
AWP.
Thank you, chat.
Still with a lot of options, a lot of money in the bank.
Here we go.
And they might just go for something up tempo here. That's a cave smoke being lobbed out from spawn, courtesy of Chopper. Going to nullify the amount that Navi can look to get involved in this lane fight early, and that gives room up through ramp. Magix and Donk will open the round. It's Alexi back in the cave. Might have been able to reel them in last time they attempted this B play, but this time it's a whole different kettle of fish. Trapped on the other side of this smoke, even getting spammed down.
Oh, a nade.
He's borderline out of the round already, and with Ema in here with him, it's crazy to me that Navi are even hanging around right now. They'll get silenced by Donk.
3v2.
It starts to back up.
It's a chain time.
Ema still floating through the cave.
No way.
His journey back is not guaranteed, so this two-man save that they're
Spirit
attempting
this good?
isn't even a guarantee, and suddenly they
What just happened?
Wait.
Hang on a second. Spirit went hunting, but they're too far away.
Hey, they get enough time!
He even tried running back in.
I think he could have.
That's wild.
Not Bit, but
There was
maybe
so much
Ema?
time, no?
No, but Bit had the kit. It had to be Bit.
He has a kit as well?
That's so weird. I mean,
I want to go as far as saying that,
like, you're not expecting the round to end like that, to suddenly get given all 3 fights, win them all, and still have some time left, but...
Let's look at the time when the last kill happens, and we'll bid this.
It was close. It was definitely, you know, maybe not, but...
Replay guy!
Not that far out.
We're going to need the scientists to break that one down.
Someone get the demo.
On a metaphysical level.
You know, run back. Yeah, that bomb was definitely over halfway, but my God.
Jump through the multiverse.
Yeah.
See all the possibilities.
In an alternate reality, they did win that round.
I mean, I'm surprised they just didn't go for the save straight away. You know, that they were lingering around because it was.
And Navi timeout probably means that they may have had it.
Now, I mean, you could see they can't go for a buy. It's just going to be a couple of pistols, most likely, for Navi. I mean, Spirit just playing really, really well. The calls have been good, so, you know, it's not about Donk or doing something incredible outside of that Shiro clutch to kick off the game, but they're just in favorable positions, right? You can see JL, I think, was completely caught off guard by how close Spirit players were.
Navi is still playing very weak numbers on B, right? They're not. But
here we go.
There yet. We've got a fast mid rush, and well, there are the kills, and there may be the round.
Spirit plays so aggressive.
Can get back to that A site quickly. One player already crossing past red, and JL will join him.
And those were the 2 rifles as well.
Yeah. Sontic's through the smoke, looking for more.
You could see they were not putting any going for early mid control. Now they do it.
Navi smoke
A,
A
which is
main,
free.
but they go back to gamble B in hopes that Spirit overthink this, but doesn't look to be the case. Now they're scared, it's a little bit quiet. They want to go for info in mid. Ontix is waiting.
I love how Chopper just like uses these creeping silences at moments. I think, you know, the round started at like 100 miles an hour on that mid play.
And
but
this was not the cheapest round for Navi.
Stew in the awkwardness.
2 safe guns.
Any route that they could try to go down to gain info back was being considered by
Some
Team
Kevlar
Spirit.
pistols.
And so Navi just kind of, you know, they fell out of this round from
Flawless.
the moment it started, really. Once those kills went down in mid, there was no hope. Alexi, surely dead here. Finds Shiro, is in the sight.
No
Everyone
kit.
else is a little far away, but he doesn't have a kit, so no crazy ninja defuse at least. He'll get spammed out. And Spirit pick up that round. 4K from Zontix to make it happen.
Yeah.
And obviously
Is
Donk
Spirit
running out
that
mid
good?
alongside him.
This is the
I wanna see
first
if
real
we start to
test.
see more than 2 players in that
We may be
B-bomb
looking
site,
at a
right?
new
'Cause
fucking
Alexi's
tournament
deep
winner,
in
bro.
cave on his own, and JL is long also on his own. So it's not even just the fact that there's 2 players there; it's that they're always separated. So when Spirit keep walking up ramp with 2-3 players, it's very hard to contain, no matter who's on the other side. We will start with 3B now for Navi. They're going to block ramp immediately.
It's a full by on Navi.
Middle. Despicable headshots.
Oh, that's just wild.
Us.
Even a bit.
Donk 12 kills.
That's a star power in his team.
Yeah.
Those are the stars of
There
the
it is.
team. They're dead. They did a combined 47 damage.
He's just better. I mean, it's intentional. They are going for that fight. That's why they don't smoke it. They want to find that entry early on instead. It's just abyss.
It doesn't
They find Harry.
Yeah, I think they're probably feeling that way on Navi right now.
dying like, dude, this guy's actually good. What?
There's
He
probably some
actually
element, you're
is
coming
him.
into it. You're under no illusion that this guy's good, but
He's
there's
that good.
there's maybe that part of you at the back of your mind that's like, nah, but come on, he's just kind of running at people like we can beat that. And then he starts running at you, and it's like, oh god, this is terrifying. It's actually horrific to try and deal with.
Good damage.
Coming through the smoke. There's no respect from Spirit in these post plants. It's almost lost them one, but
Oh,
they've
man.
got
They're gonna lose
Navi
all their guns.
trapped out in CT. Another smoke, another push, says Ontix
Oi,
as he goes
oi.
gunning for the end of the round.
Navi is getting fucked in the
8-2.
ace hole right now.
Donk sends his regards.
And he's giving fist bumps all
Chat.
around. Big smile
How?
on his face. Insane impact right off the top of that one. Once again, the round just kind of won or lost based on these mid-fights. And it's all Donk all day. Dude, I mean, you know, we were talking about Chopper earlier on and how, like, this is the best pieces he's had. But I think one of the things that's so sick there as well is, you know, we know this guy is someone that loves to play around with the pace of the game. You know, he likes his faster up-tempo rounds, and now we see him, like, taking these slowdowns more and more. But this is very much a team that will gladly embrace the chaos of a quick round hinging on a few fights.
This is probably the worst way a game can go for you, right? If you're Navi, because it's not necessarily that your players are failing or making mistakes, right? What's happening is either your opponents are out calling you, like they're putting their players in better positions, and you're just, you know, outmaneuvered.
But JL top fragging.
Or they're just like getting the frags, right? Even though your players have the advantage, they're just playing out of their mind. So for Blade, there's not really an adjustment that he can make, something that can call, because even when the call is good, they still can't find the kill. So for Navi, it's just about potentially, you know, trying to get around, you know, this round or at least the last gun round, and maybe get some momentum of their own on the T side.
Yeah, I agree.
Even now, man, it's just a bit over towards A, and these rotates are starting to peel around, but he's fed to the wolves. Zontix in main will find him, and now they learn about this split out through the donut. Donk dealing with Ema. Shiro already has his eyes on the prize back at middle, so this flank should get denied. And Spirit have often been, when the bomb's down, they play like the round's already won most of the time. It is. And
It's
so
not one again, fuck it. It's
this
not
one
again
far
Navi
safer by
Academy, right?
comparison. They just group up back
Because I
at
feel like
main.
all the fucking talent is coming from there. Spirit
To have
Academy.
a nice, clean 5 alive round when all is said and done.
Interesting.
Navi, who have looked really solid as of late, on I think it is a 6-series winning streak.
Yeah,
And very stable performances for the most part.
legit wins as well. Two
Yeah.
BO3s over G2. You know, they dispatched a VP in the RMR
Man.
quals. Took down
I
complexity.
want to see Donk get some clutches.
Hey man, I mean, considering this was like the Spirit level check for Team Spirit, right? This was us kind of gauging what it's like when they face one of the big dogs. This is an absolutely
too good.
incredible way for it to have started.
Yeah, it's not even competitive right now, and Navi have not had their foot in the door. If they get it in there, I fear their toes will be severed. Early nades in mid have been a frequent focus for Team Spirit. It does do it.
Last round before halftime. Navi really, bro, they need this that one.
Team in with him. The missed shot
Oh,
from the orb at that
man.
point. It's not even Spirit. Wonderful just doesn't connect. Luckily, there's a second player hiding in this cubby. They don't know about Emo, and they might not molly it for a change. We've actually got Navi putting focus on fighting in middle. It's going to be spammed through the smoke. Ema needs a multi-kill, or this round's dead in the water. I love that
Donk's
swing
still
through
alive.
the smoke. He only gets one, though. Donk equalizes and looks to get that
3 and
bomb
3.
back under control.
Bomb will get picked up.
Oh, Magic's
Magic's.
trying to hit this timing up through Ram, nearly
Wow.
awkward, but able to adjust back in time. He catches Alexi, smokes off CT. Navi kind of need to go through this. They want to try and fight for the B
2v2.
control, and they take it back. A minute
Show
left
me-
to
I
play
wanna
with
see
here.
Donk in a clutch.
Chopper and Donk still up for Team Spirit, and
running.
Navi...
Kill Chopper,
grouped
JL,
there.
please.
No, not group, rather. They split up. JL's aggressing down the ramp alone, and he'll catch them both.
JL,
to
boss.
salvage a third for Navi at the end of this first half.
3
Regardless,
CT
it's Donk
rounds.
and the rest of Team Spirit leading the charge with a massive lead heading into this second half.
9-3 half. How? Boys, I'm running an ad, so we have none during the second half of this first map of this first. Not first. Second best of 3 of the day. Wow, bro. Wow. How much ADR does he have? I need to check. I'm on my Donk watch right now. $122, dog. What the fuck? How can I become this good? Like, how? How do I see the stats, like, for the games? You know what I mean? Isn't there a way to see it?
Donked.
Huh? How can I see rating per game? Complete stats? Kusi. Oh my days! 1.2, 2.06, 2.24.
Driller.
He's never on the red. Ever. And against VP is cringe. VP is not even playing CS2, they're playing something else. Jesus. He's fucked everyone. What the fuck? Nah, G. Let's check the global offensive Reddit while we have some minutes to spare, shall we?
Colon D.
Eclipse, thank you for the fucking resubbers. Sex, thank you for the 13 months in a row. Guards, thank you for the 5 months. Popo Big Smoke, thank you as well. Where were we? Historic performance from Mayonnaise with 2.07 rating and 29 round map. Jesus. 2.07 rating. Okay, this was ridiculous. Holy fuck. Big versus Apex. What are the comments on this? How's FaZe Clan doing right now, by the way? Average BG experience. Call taps in the Earth's axis because he's heavily tilted.
3 head.
FaZe Clan about to 2-0. I can't do this anymore. Seriously, guys. Seriously, watching Big throw again and again and again and again. I'm done. My wife is pregnant. Nog is insane. Don't care. Don't remind me. Perfect jump save on Vertigo.
Go for it.
Jump off the map, that's the only way you win.
Oh, wow.
No way! Yes! No way!
That's cool. That's really cool.
Go for it. Jump off the map, that's the only way you win.
We've seen pro teams do before, like where they boost in the corner. And then the guy gets to go a little bit further in the back, you know? That's cool. That's really cool. Where else can you do that? Only on Vertigo.
Spirit are looking like the real deal right now, up 9-3. That's thanks to a hot start on the back of Shiro's 1v3 clutch. From there, everything comes up in their favor, whether that's Donk rip-roaring out through mid, joined by xantares, some nice calling out of Chopper, some fantastic pace changes to enable this scoreline. Navi looking lost. Is there any hope for them to bounce back now that they move onto the T side here on Ancient?
I thought people just stand there and spray. You see what he did?
Down. Donk hears this and gets a good retreat to keep his round alive. Oh, he's got to run all right. Realizing fighting is his only option. Zontix from afar falls as well. 3 on 4. Magix does get that spot, but now knows his rotation is cut off by Bit, who comes hunting and gunning. No connections from these USPs.
What the fuck is this Navi
Firing
strat?
nothing but blanks here for Team Spirit. And Navi have that B site.
Shiro cracks his knuckles. Another pistol round needed. Let's see if he can do it with the dual Berettas. This time it's one step harder. And he knocks him out of it with a hat trick to find the pistol for Navi. Doing what maybe he should have done all that time ago in the first round of this game.
That's a crucial round for Navi, obviously with the momentum that Team Spirit has had winning the pistol round. And I think Donk does a great job of escaping, realizes Zontix is there, but instead of just holding with him, and it goes back to search for the fight, and he was by himself there, so couldn't really do anything.
No, that's crazy at 4-9.
You know, the only option is to fight, I think, is what you said. Maybe in Donk's mind, but throwing himself back around that corner did feel crazy.
Jell is doing everything right now. Jell
I
and
think
Bit.
he's just realizing if I run all the way, there's a chance they're going to catch me, with my back turn peeking. So, sending it, that's Donk's speciality. But mortal in the pistol round. Spirit have to take a full eco and come through in the third. Navi definitely considering something here. Don't count them out of a comeback.
Absolutely. I mean, if they
Donk has 14,000 hours.
Gun round as well. They're right back in it. That's going to give their players some confidence. And on the T side,
is Donk's playtime crazier than Monesy's?
The pace of the
I
game.
remember we did the math once
to an extent
of how much time Monesy actually spent in CS of his cognizant time,
opponents, give your players
excluding like sleep and shit, and it was like 40% or something, or 50%. It was crazy.
One thing to expect from Spirit on this CT side is a lot of B aggression in gun rounds.
Monesy has more.
Through cave,
18k at 16. That is disgusting.
Timings, not even necessarily fighting for mid every single time. Sometimes it is just Donk spamming red smoke, but that or donut.
Wow.
Spirit do like their B pushes.
It's always a little bit tricky when you're down a considerable amount on T side, right? And you win pistol and they eco in the second round. Do you open up with a faster round to sort of condition them and maybe get
Did he actually have 18k at 16?
Do you start with the default so that later on you can change the pace, right? We'll see what Alexi decides to do and what's the game plan from Navi. Because absolutely Spirit puts a lot of focus towards that B ramp and just that whole area.
Days?
So at some point you count on seeing Navi with that A rush or a fast A execute, right? But hitting the timing for it.
How from when you are 8 years old, you're not playing CS, or like you're not doing shit. You can't even talk, right?
What's Alexi cooked up?
So
this first round versus the rifles.
How many years did you actually
instant B door smoke goes in
play
from Team
CS?
Spirit. We were promised some fighting here. Could end up getting it straight out mid. Navi trying to keep the pace high, and Donk is caught trying to make his way into Donut. It's a lovely opener from Ema, who gives Team Spirit a taste of their own medicine with this faster play out in the mid. He's netted a 5-on-3.
Never mind, forget about it.
Already This one feels rough. You're
Y'all are
relying on
dumb
some
as hell.
individual heroics here as Navi are kind of shuffling their pieces around.
I'm not gonna break it
trying
down.
to group up, and with Shira not finding that one, Spirit just take a bit of a gamble. They bring all these bodies over towards A and mid.
It was the flashes
Was
there.
my math
That's
wrong?
what absolutely ruined Spirit's day. Some early ones that you avoid already, and then delayed flashes that Spirit got caught completely off guard with. Nice mid-take from Ema, getting a crucial double kill when he's had a fairly cold game. So getting Navi back in the swing of things here on the T side. This will be another round. Magis is looking, but unless they throw themselves at him, there's no way Spirit are given the satisfaction. Bit holding the extremity. He knows that Spirit are going to try and save. The question is, can they? Shira can drop a gun over with that Galil saved. But they need 3 rifles into the next if they want to consider a fall buy.
And more importantly, he can buy an op in the next round if he saves his armor. So let's see JL. They're slowly trying to search for the Navi players.
Ooh, no guarantees. And he will lose his armor.
Nah, chat. Nah. Let me waffle. Monesy has 18,000 hours at the age of 16.
Naughty, but
Let's say he started playing CS at 8 years old, okay? 8 years, 365 days a year. This is days that he played CS. Hours times 24. This many hours. He has 18k hours. 18k divided by 70k, bang. And this is already 25%, but he sleeps, Let's say he sleeps half of the day. He has to eat something here and there. He has to do some schoolwork. Times 2, because half is not time. It is literally 50% of his free time spent in CS. You understand? You understand?
Confidence is just bad situation after bad situation. So now you're starting to roll a little bit. It's going to feel better. Okay, we can actually do this. You're gaining some
not
confidence.
even free time of like. Yeah,
and we still might have a game on our hands. Fake A-rush.
Lexi gonna try and sell it. Oh, the flash blinds Shiro, but he wrestles with that M4.
What am I trying to do here? I'm trying to explain nuclear science to someone in kindergarten.
That's the bomb.
I understand.
From Navi. With it, maybe the round. Ema and Bit both perish at the hands of Zontix down here in middle.
Don't know what Navi were really hoping for after Alexi dies with nothing in A, no fake soul. They walk through a B smoke, they walk through a mid smoke. It's optimistic at best for Navi.
And he has school and shit.
It's a little bit of an all-in call, but if you go back, like you can see how it caused a massive rotation from Team Spirit, right? It's just that Chopper with that deep banana with the door smoke can play close to it, and
he must have played all day, every day.
Really massive kills, obviously shuts down Navi completely there. And the jig is up also, since Shiro was playing deep or Zontix, he gets that kill on Alexi. You know, if they're playing, let's say even from Temple or Site or CT or Donut, they don't get that information so early in the round, and then there's a higher chance of the round working for Navi. And it's also, you have to sort of call something like that. You know, you can't expect to go all the way
he
back.
Said 12 to 15 hours a day.
Jesus, how? Becomes a little bit predictable.
I mean, this tag team, we've seen it deliver before for Spirit. It's Zontix and DONK in tandem, right? They can sometimes feel very, very similar. DONK gets a lot of the attention, but I think Zontix has given us some great games even throughout the play-in. The Zonked duo.
Here we go. Oh, the Donkey was 16 a week ago.
Right now, need to wake up in this round or this map will be over. Rifles on all but one. And maybe a bit of pop through the smoke. Chopper getting aggressive on the cave as expected. And here's that flash. It's fantastic. Shiro wasting all his bullets.
Oh, wow.
He won't live much longer. Donk does in two, but everyone falls around him. And Navi break their way into the B site. Bomb has to make it. Oh, if Zontix had his gun out there, could have been something. But
guys, this was a 3 to 9
Navi
half.
will get a path to safety and a plant.
The comeback is on.
I mean, I think once they heard the spam on the lane, Alexi's rubbing his hands together right there. They're ready to pop through that mid smoke. And even though Spirit had a lot of bodies dedicated towards mid, they knew the attention was being put more so on taking that lane control. But there would have been some opportunity here, and Navi realized that opportunity well. A nice way to restabilize themselves here, keep that hope alive of pulling this game back. A needed round at a critical juncture here goes the way of Navi. Oh. They're even looking to remove this gun right at the end. xantares gets out and Navi cool off the hunt. At this point, they're thinking about their own money more than that of Spirit's. Even removing this M4 wouldn't have had, you know, huge consequences. Spirit would have still been coming through with the buy, so they just give xantares that respect.
What it does do is allow him to drop an AWP over to Shiro, who can now have nades with it and, you know, displaying longevity here for Team Spirit. Navi are right behind them. 3 rounds is the difference. With a full buy coming right through for Team Spirit.
Here we go.
The frag onto Magix from Wonderful was round defining, really. If Magix wins that fight, they still have a chance, but that pops open the B bomb site. Navi with another fast mid take, able to get control one more time.
Donk breaks window smoke.
Jell has a fight stick gold sticker.
Madman posture at behind. Spam. He's selling it. Magix is just setting Chopper up to walk through that smoke. Meanwhile, Donk does the same and connects his spam. As Navi get locked off at the door again. Alexi goes through. It's a very deep smoke.
Oh my god, the cast is so
Spirit
loud.
Fine with that. 5-on-3. As long as they don't forget that this ramp timing is open. Gonna check cave. Chopper. Oh, there's no spot. He'll see it. Molly comes down, but they're up ramp as well.
Yeah, they're in behind Chopper, but he just focuses on this cave fight. Not worried about ramp yet. And his
man, actually flawless.
And make quick work of Navi.
2 more rounds.
That round is all Chopper and Donk making aggro plays down through B ramp. It's Chopper. That's how he opens it. A nice retreat back to cave and good prioritization of those targets to tee him up for all 3 kills. Donk, meanwhile, gets one off of this chance spam in mid and then is in the right place when the round culminates over at B.
It does feel like we're getting Chopper's best fragging yet in this team as well. Like through all the iterations of Spirit and his previous CIS squads that have made runs.
Dude, it's only JL on Navi. JL 16 kills, second highest top fragger 8.
Started the year off with some very strong maps in Copenhagen as well.
What the fuck?
With a mishmash roster. Without even the big pieces there for Team Spirit. So, yeah, that's just another problem to deal with.
I mean, there's a lot less pressure on you when you have guys like Shiro, Donk. I mean, everyone on the team, right? You know, we have very capable players.
Why the fuck does Emma have the
so
deagle? Give it to JL.
On you to frag necessarily, so you're playing with more freedom. And Navi here basically conceding match point to Spirit would have been a really poor buy, so they want a little bit more.
Oh, Shiro.
Shiro is
the rotates are a long way out considering they have all this control at lane, and that shot only being a tag. At least he gets back into the temple. Worst case scenario would have been losing that AWP. Now the rest of the guys can make their way over from mid, and it's a mowdown. It's a cleanup. The danger of the round dodged when Shiro retreats. Spirit onto map point.
Plant denied as well. Goes from bad to worse. If
oh,
you thought last round's buy would have been bad, well, this one's not that much better. You won't have full util. There's certainly going to be no AWP for Wonderful on this T side. And this may be all said and done on Spirit's map pick. Navi pinching pennies in the final,
Donk, 20 kills.
Final round of this game. Important bomb denial.
You can't be mad at that.
Got a very fast B play for JL. The molly kind of forces him in, and he will take that opportunity. He's been the only one fragging in this game for Navi. But
GG, that is GG.
Will come to an early end.
None of the rest is fragging.
And they're trying to bully this B hold of Magix and Chopper, but Chopper is just not giving them an inch. Nothing for free. Bit dead. And now he's going to smoke off the cave. Get a bit more passive with it. xantares, in the meantime, has taken all this space. Spirit still remaining active in spite of being in the 5-on-3. They know this means there's holes in the Navi default, and xantares is well aware that he has found one. This backstab will end this. Surely just the one. They turn back in time. They deal with him on the A push.
Is Donk so good because he's...
For Ema and Alexi,
he seems to really be making use of Pika's advantage, no?
That this one has gotten away from them. Not even.
He
They were
always
never
right
even
swings
in it.
like crazy.
The comeback denied.
Such a dominating performance from Spirit. They've been one step ahead for the majority of this game.
And even there, Magic's just probes for a second, gets the info.
He was good in CSGO as well, yeah? Okay.
And Spirit ease back into the bomb sites. They're going to double up over towards Cave. Now that they know it's not there, they spot them coming up ramp. It's all become clear to Team Spirit. The rotate's coming in, and Magic's, who has been quiet here, locks EMA out of it.
Wow.
Looking like the real deal. Navi were meant to be their first proper test yet, and they get through this first
And DONK
map
delivered
with ease.
That is crazy. He did DONK them. Bro, Navi got destroyed. It was just jail.
Because other than VP, as we've seen, we haven't really seen them face off. I mean, we haven't seen them face off against top 10 teams. So going into this one up against
dude, no way he's using my old keyboard. I used to have that keyboard. How the fuck is he playing this much better than me? I thought the keyboard was holding me back.
This was kind of the taste test.
I used to have that's a ducky 1-2 TKL RGB.
If they're able to do this cleanly, I think suddenly we're looking at
actually no, it's a ducky 2-1. No, ducky 1. I don't even know. Ducky 1-3. Something like that. Let's go.
Even not just the level of opponents, but the fact that you're back on LAN, right? This is only
Lock-in.
DONK's third LAN ever, so you've got to keep that in mind. And he's not flustered by the cameras and the people waving in your face and the players
No, he's not.
that should be screaming on the other side, but have yet to do so. It's going to be fast towards dark for DONK as
guys,
only one
enter
man
the
sits
prediction
on
now.
that
I will
B
for
bomb
real
site.
close it early.
Bit of aggression from Navi coming
Last
through
chance.
A, but Spirit are very spread right now. They're far from committed.
Oh, a clean opener from JL. He was the guy laying down the pain for Navi on that last map. He starts this one off nicely, claiming a 5v4 on that pick in mid.
Nobody
He even goes back in for more. Double dipping
deep defending
is
B
JL.
right now.
Oh, it's risky business. Team Spirit
DONK
in the
is
meantime
inside.
have gotten out in towards B. There's
With
only
all 5
EMA here
defenders
in a kind
alive.
of retake setup, watching it back at the cave. He's going to get smoked off, so won't be able to play into this till that bomb goes
Retake
down.
is on.
Navi will just look to group here.
No kit,
5v4.
but a smoke.
They pull everyone over. And now they look to begin the retake. One flash on Alexi, smoke as well. That can either be used for the bomb or to lock off one of these angles. More likely the former. Flash comes out, DONK swings and falls. Zontix now from down in dark tries to thin the herd, tries to make life a little easier for Shiro. 1v3 with a P250. He would have to do it again, just like Ancient. And this
JL boss, 4K from JL.
It's JL with a commanding pistol round, 4 kills strong to find that first for Navi.
Bro, he is him today.
First blood in middle, and then the reroute back into B with a P250. Very nice work for JL. He was the kind of only guy that was shooting for Navi in that previous map, right?
The one time when unbiased, he goes completely god mode.
And didn't really get many orbs for Wonderful either with that
Is that a sign?
Yeah, 2 nice one-taps there. Perhaps for Spirit, a little bit more aggression, trying to take some extra control, maybe peek temple, something along those lines, but they play it a bit more passive. Navi hits the shots. And another force buy here from Team Spirit, trying to equalize immediately.
Yeah, Galil's on 4, but already Util gone. Just 3 smokes remain.
Prediction closes now.
So it's going to come down to Navi giving them the fight. Can Spirit hunt them down?
The Zonk duo being left to work through A main. Bit tucked in the corner here. JL close by, ready to assist should he need to. He's tucked in behind the fountain.
Wow.
JL
defending.
Out,
oh man,
double
DONK.
opener from this dastardly duo.
Oh wow, it's flawless.
Spirit have in their back pocket. A site cracked wide open, and Spirit also win the fight out towards B. They're in a
Still in
position where they
water.
could assault either side, but this leaves them spread thin, and Wonderful takes advantage of that. 2 kills from the heavens as Spirit tried looping back over the way. They lose control of the site.
It's still fine. They just need to group and go together, right? The fear is that both players are here, but they heard Alexi recently smoke B, so there's still good timing for Spirit.
It's gonna be a gem time.
Navi have actually gambled wrong. They moved both players back to that B-bomb site with Spirit going cold, and that will be the round. The force buy picked up by Spirit. They're yet to realize, but we know. A little bit awkward for Zontix and DONK. Zontix who's trying to climb back up on Fountain and pull back after they get that double entry on A, but probably weren't expecting the heaven swing from a third player nearby. Either way, it's not going to cost Spirit much. They peak in tandem.
The problem is also JL sort of trying to cover camera and A main at the same time to...
Oh, look at JL's ADR. Lul.
Bit. That was always going to be difficult. And he also had no utility because of the M4, so...
What's the highest ADR possible?
He doesn't have to be super close if he
3
maybe
clicks
has a
type
flash
vibes.
to
Is
help
it
him, something
500?
along those
You
lines,
kill
but
all 5 players?
Yeah, just good entries.
If this is going to, sorry.
Or is there a way to get more than 100 per kill?
Duo for Spirit. I'm very excited to see.
Can you heal in?
On the T
Never mind.
side, because he is extremely lethal when he's left solo A on the T half and just walking into main and finding those entries. He has nice utility combos. You know, the deep smoke molly that you often see, and it's just a very good aim duel.
Prediction closes.
Area A main. So
Now.
Bit will certainly be doing that in second half.
Now, but there probably is a way to get more than 100 ADR per
Navi
kill,
playing
no?
with the economy against them as Spirit find their force buy.
Somehow.
Yeah, 3 strong lean over towards B early. In the mid-round, might
probably
look to
a
make
glitch or
some
something.
aggressive moves, try to get the info here. It's a lot of early resources dedicated to this side of the map. Instead, they're just going to peel Wonderful back. Waited to see if any sort of faster play from Spirit came through, and when it doesn't, they dismantle the 3B lean. Late nade onto the T
Leave
stairs
thinking
is
for
nice.
the
Shiro
smart
was not
one
expecting
spell.
that.
Nah.
I know how slow Spirit are probably going to play on these defaults, and that is a very common position, very nadeable.
Minute remaining.
So nice move from Navi. Spirit still not making it clear where they're going, but this A main take is coming in again, and a trade for Wonderful. The FAMAS can't live to tell the tale. DONK gets that 4 on 3.
Always
they can
there for
peel
the
back to
refrags.
B where only Alexi sits.
40 seconds.
Well, this isn't going to be easy for Alexi B. I don't want to have to say it, but
Alexi,
he's
the
in a
only
bit
B
of a rough
defender.
spot here. 1 versus
You are in
4
trouble.
as they're moving into his bomb site, deals with the first, but is insta-traded from the DONK.
Gem time.
And so the save call made for Navi. And we're ready for the A play. If it ended up going B, you were just hoping Alexi had time of his life there. When that doesn't happen, Spirit will at least stick the landing versus this force buy. 2 FAMASes saved out of the round. But I don't know if that's enough to get Navi interested in putting too much into this follow-up.
Yeah, it's tough for Navi. You know, good patience from Spirit, and then they win the duels in A main. From that point on, you know, Navi has to risk something, and Ima slides over to A, leaving Alexi all on his own.
Mediocre. Thank you for the 2
Not
months
much he can do in
resub.
that situation.
Christoph. Thank you for the resub as well. Jade Zocked. Thank you for the 3 months. Mr. Musashimo. Thank you for the 2 gifted subs. Bright, Fear, and K. Thank you for the 4 months. Bradford Listen. Thank you for the 4 months. Oha9. Thank you for the Twitch Prime. Wall Cheat Bot Spinner. Thank you for the Twitch Prime as well. Kuss.
They don't even need to commit if Navi are going to give them
And Johnny
those
Chan. Thank you for the
fountain
28
fights.
months.
Lots of smokes bought on this eco. Navi still have some faith that they can drag it out with the rifles.
Here we go.
DONK gonna head very quick towards A main yet again, just defaulting.
Oh, Ima, hello. Fast run out through dark, and he's taken a lot of space. He's going to phase through the smoke. It's being held by Shiro.
Unlucky.
So that's one of the guns lost. Ima trying to make a play, trying to be that spark that ignites this round for
Ime 0 and
Navi.
3.
It ends up being a dud.
I respect it.
I've seen this movie.
Yeah. 1v4 at the B side.
Hard to.
He's getting wrapped upon, and he will falter.
Just very basic for Spirit right now, but it's working wonders.
Navi needs the next round.
Helps a lot. The Navi, since round 2, or the loss of round 2, haven't had the economy, so Spirit know they can just outgun.
What's your dream pro player blunt rotation? Good question. Simple.
Holding on to spawn, ensuring that
Apex.
this is a clean round, and if Navi show this FAMAS, they'll fight.
Smooya.
It's been a similar situation as it was on Ancient, right? Where Spirit
And
gets a
Nafly.
good start early, gets control of the economy, calls from ahead, right? And then they're dictating the pace, and that makes it very difficult for Navi to play. I mean, it makes it very difficult for any team.
I do wonder what will happen when Spirit eventually start on the back foot, right? Because it is inevitable. They can't win forever. Let's temper our expectations, right? I know we love this team right now, but they will lose eventually. And I will say, in that Mongols game, the second map of Ancient, they looked beatable. They were tilted. They talked about it in the interview afterwards. It went to overtime. They lost some silly T-sided rounds there after a dominant first half, and you could see it getting to this team. So by no means unbeatable, just because we haven't seen it doesn't mean it's not going to happen.
No, absolutely. I mean, it's bound to happen, and just in a way, just trying to play from behind on the T side. It's completely
For me,
different.
JKS would eat the joint.
You know, how your players feel.
He would ruin the party.
We've all been there, right? The confidence you have being up and knowing that even if you lose the round, you can buy again with all the nades. There's less pressure.
Lock in.
The arm, the hand is a little bit more loose. Harry, at least for you.
Got a loose hand, Harry, or a firm grip?
Loose.
Your mouse.
Always loose, mate.
That's how he had to clarify.
Just feels better.
He realized.
Okay. On the mouse. Here we are, Navi.
What the fuck was that?
With their rifles out. And that's not the
How's that? It's not only a wall
And it's on
also
JL.
a headshot.
I feel bad.
How's it either of those things?
CS2, man.
Yeah, that is a wild way for this to open. JL just trying to get the info, man. Just a little jump check in middle, and that's all shero needs. The first rifle round is off to a rough start for Navi. Moves have got to be made, and they're trying to make them now. Aggressing up through main. One man there, but it's going to be over in middle where they look to stake their claim, actually. They group up here, flashing bit out into mid.
Bomb towards B.
I like to re-clear this, make sure that Spirit haven't taken this real
Spirit
estate
is
after that
fucking
pick.
them right now,
But again,
chat. Do you
the
understand?
patience from Spirit,
This is
right? Like they're
ridiculous.
just waiting for Navi to make these moves. They're gathering information.
Ime
Plenty
0
of time
kills.
left.
Bit struggling.
Now
Gel,
they
no
can
kills since
retake
pistol.
mid. See if Bit can do something here.
Ooh, on the swing, just decapitated Chopper, swinging it round, deals with him. And now they go into this
Two
double
defenders in
stack.
A.
Sure, if they commit to the A play, they will be going into the more stacked of the two. But options are still open as Spirit. They throw this in as a bit of a fake. They're going to go back and rejoin Magic.
Only
on
Ime.
this B site, and with Ime getting smoked off, that spam really does just signal the end of the round. Even a kill from shero over in middle on that AWP on a player just taking a peek out from camera. And Navi don't know what just hit them. They get pushed, they get pulled all around the map. And with the openers coming up in favor of Spirit every step of the way, Navi are playing from the back foot in more ways than one.
Good.
It's obviously the freedom that you have being in that advantage 5v4,
Dude,
5v3.
Magix has 0 kills. They don't even need him right now.
A player at B and a player at A, but when Spirit set up to take mid and split that A site, Magic sees Ime rotate, so he just calls, guys, come back. Like, pull out, drop, Dark, let's go back to B, and it's completely empty. Spirit afforded the ability to rotate out. Some nice exit kills here for Ime, but it's still a very strong start to this map for Team Spirit on the T side of Anubis. 4-1 up. I'm loving the calling.
You know, it's a little wild that shero's a part of the hunt at the end, right? Passing that AWP along, and now Wonderful's got it heading into this next round.
Okay, dude. Yeah, please slow that down.
Oh. Oh, yeah, I mean, that's the only face
Can't
you
even be
can
mad
pull,
about
right?
it.
Oh dear.
It's more or less textbook from Spirit when it comes to playing a man advantage situation, right? You have players on the sides ready to punish any reactions, get information. The only bad thing is the fact that they did give the op away. So wonderful, maybe going to be able to make something happen here, but the way Spirit is playing, I mean, they've just been shutting down Navi.
Saved guns, rest bought up some pistols and Kevlar.
Completely.
Donk setting up a nade for the break. They're going to pop through this smoke into the Molotov. Just like that, Dark becomes Spirit. A good follow-up grenade. Navi crashed their way in, though. Oh, that could have gone a lot better.
Spirit is running into the stack, though. This is winnable for Navi.
Alexi fires back. He's got something to say. Finally,
bomb not dropped.
On this B bomb side, the captain can put up a double. He upgrades. 2-on-3 and Team Spirit bail.
These footsteps are heard by Alexi down in Dark, but
Shiro, the clutch is still alive.
Slow and cut off the info, right? They're trying to rejoin this bomb up with Shiro. So Navi going to go and grab these guns down towards the connector, and now they can even look to catch players crossing. Shiro
Chopper with bomb.
On this angle, so as Chopper crosses, if he gets stuck in that fight, would have got very awkward.
Oh, go. Repeat again, Shiro says. But he actually just moves. That timing couldn't be worse. All of Navi coming in on a big flank. You're not going to expect 3 players. And if anything, there's incentive for Navi to bait their teammates here, just so Spirit think they've killed the flank. When in fact, there's even more.
And flashes.
Well, they take space in this post plant. Scared about heaven more than anything. But a loud flank for Navi. 2 already spotted. They're coming in.
Yeah, and they see the util now.
Oh my days! 1v1.
Here, Shiro.
Position known.
And he knows that Alexi's coming main.
Alexi's low. That's no way. Navi is getting fucked in the asshole.
Adds another clutch to the tally. This AWP just keeps racking them up. Team Spirit 5
on their own map pick.
Lead.
Yes, it's T-sided, but still.
Able to regain control versus
they've only won the pistol so far.
Saved AWP that was getting out of hand very quickly.
Navi may feel like, you know, because we're making noise, Spirit know we're all here, but if Alexi's not throwing that util that was ultimately, you know, inconsequential on the retake, Navi would have had a far better chance of winning that round.
That's crazy.
Spirit were very scared of that heaven rotate. But regardless, 5-1.
Absolutely, and it seems no matter what Navi does, they just can't win a round. I mean, they had 4 players on B, they get the kills, right? 3v2
Team Spirit is so fucking good.
Yeah, they could have slow played it, you know, maybe even send 1 or 2 guys, like you said, sort of. I don't think Spirit would have expected the 3rd player there and bait for him to try and win the round in the end, but...
Chad, who does Team Spirit play against if they win this?
Again, this was a timeout from Spirit, who have a lot of money, but Halley wanted to get a couple of words in.
Just got to keep it composed right now, because Spirit, no shaky signs yet.
Well,
no reason to stop believing.
Complexity or Apex?
Now, this is a nice change.
I will lose a wreck that day if that's actually true.
Here's that A main take utility. It's not going to change much, though. Bit still playing anti. Zontic's on his own. Should be a dead man here.
Yeah, he's got to hit that one. And yeah, wonderful will.
Do they just pop into B now, knowing where the AWP is? Oh, no one fires off that flash. Spirit are ready to go.
Man advantage for Navi.
But that opener, that is wild. Oh, just lays waste to the B side. One man army, I was going to say if he can get the kill, Chopper can suddenly come through Dark, but man, Chopper's not needed. Donk just deals with them both. Wonderful's holding the cross, but the bomb's been thrown over. He'll get you the 2 entries, and he'll plant the bomb as well.
That's so
Sick.
good.
Sickening. It's not meant to be this easy.
Dude, I think, you know, the part that just must really hurt for Navi...
Minus exile plus Donk.
They don't feel like they're doing lots wrong. It's just they're getting absolutely demolished by a very informed Team Spirit.
It's a 5v4. They've got eyes on B main, and Donk with no utility, with no help, just walks in and headshots 2 players. It's not supposed to be that easy.
Yes.
I feel like I play against a Donk every FaZe game.
Spirit better?
That's what happens to me, but yeah, just, I mean, incredible. Completely dismantles the defense on his own. I don't even think, you know, the B players had any utility left in terms of an incendiary or a smoke, something to buy time for help to come in, right? Because once Wonderful shows himself and gets the kill in A main, you know that the reaction might come on B. Alexis shoulder peeking,
Yeah, right. Like
he's not looking for that fight, but
Don't worry, Yanko. You know, DONK.
dude, that's the face of someone like that is the face.
that's my face.
Yeah. Like he's literally not even trying to fight the guy.
Don't worry, Yanko. FaZe
Moments
Clan
Alexi
are
said they
built
feel
different.
comfortable
When DONK
because
was on
prep
our
went well.
team, we got 4 rounds, so you know. I'm not
6
I'm
to
not
1,
even
only the
joking.
pistol for
Even
Navi.
he couldn't do this against, you know, random Eastern European players. But he can do it against Navi. He's an on-lanner.
Oh, out towards Dark. The molly somewhat stifles the aggression, but not really. It's allowed xantares to slip in there all the same. Still, Team Spirit don't want to get put in a box. Stay up and leave that after applying a great amount of pressure. They know they've done damage. They've used a lot of this B site's util and a cash-strapped round for Navi. And so Spirit, they can feel how in control of it they are right now. This round and the game. They know they've whittled through basically everything Navi have.
They're going to split this site again. Resmoke at B long, that's big. It's again up to DONK. Oh no, what a shame. He's going to have to run through this on his own. There's a lot of
40
damage
seconds.
done through this smoke though, and forced out. DONK still finds that headshot. Nima's out of the picture. Backed up is Alexi, and Navi must be considering save. It relies on Bit and the big flank for JL. They need to find some success on these flanks. Bit waiting out that smoke, soon to fade, and JL already saving. It's dead. It's done.
It's not
stepped,
GG.
He's gone.
CT side is very hard.
I feel like DONK's just breaking the game right now.
He's 17, like last week. He's a week into 17. Oh,
what the fuck?
That's awkward. He's a week into being 17, and he is
GG.
destroying right now. That's all you're going to get, Navi. Exits. Have them.
I like this from Navi.
Bit
though,
is
in a
1 in
sense
6.
of,
He's getting owned right now.
you know, it would reek of desperation if they tried to go for that retake. Still 7-1. They can rebuy here. And they have, it's their pick. They have faith in their T side, right? Obviously, if it ends 11-1, not much hope going into the second half. But hey, if it ends 8-4, you win the pistol. All of a sudden, 8-7, you're on T side of Anubis. Like, that's what Blade is saying during timeouts, or possibly how they're encouraging each other, right? It's looking pretty
some of the
good
glazing
now,
is fair.
we've seen
He's
them
a
put
fucking,
some
he's
momentum on
cracked, but bro,
Asian a little bit
unpopular
before.
opinion, DONK
One
over
final round they needed to win to
zywoo.
break
Yo,
Spirit. Didn't
let's
go
calm
their
down a
way.
little bit, alright?
And it looks bad from the outside,
Yo.
right? But when you're on the server, you have to keep that faith, right?
Calm down.
You have to believe in victory. And it's tough. It's not necessarily even DONK. Okay, that one round, he kills Alexi jiggle peeking, but more than anything else, Team Spirit is playing great Counter-Strike on a macro level.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be DONK. You can put any other player there who's just going to go in when you need to go in. He doesn't need to get those 2 kills for them to win the round.
Yeah.
If he just creates space and dies, the trade is going to be there, right? So
Yeah, no, I mean, that was even what, you know, we were kind of saying in the moment was like, just kind of fighting the guys in the site was already enough to start drawing the attention away to allow the rest of that play to happen. No, I mean, you could just feel that, like, Chopper's having a whale of a time, man. He's loving it right now.
What the fuck did I just hear?
It just feels like there's no weak player on this roster
So
when there has
creep or
every
some shit.
reason to be, you know? An older in-game leader, inexperienced academy players.
that's the thing also, you know, sure, they need some experience, but, you know, the fact that young players need, I don't know how much time to sort of get good or whatever, I don't really buy that too much. I think there's good and bad players, not necessarily young and old players. And you can tell that from, I mean, okay, DONK, let's say he's out of the world talent, but even xantares, incredibly solid for such a young player in a sort of a tough role, right? Left to his own devices a lot of the time as an anchor.
Yeah, he's only 18.
I love the yap emoji, bro.
Yeah.
You gotta use it when they're yapping,
Goes
bro.
into block, and
Man, that's
Navi
funny.
breathe a sigh of relief. Chopper tries his hand at lurking up through Dark again, and this time is silenced now. That's all the util whittled through. As xantares falling to this main push, this looks more like it
Okay,
for
Navi,
3
5v3.
players left to get through. Magic's, Shiro, and DONK lie in wait back at main. For Navi, this one isn't much of a guessing game. That push has allowed and freed up an extra player to rotate on in. Gonna need something
10
special
seconds
here. And what's got cooked up for us? Just
no
the
time.
Magic's
You gotta go in.
at least 2 on 3.
Time.
But
We're
very
saving.
little time. They're not going to be able to do this one. The clock will elude them. Navi finally put another round up on the board.
Oh my god, at what cost though? A shame. It feels like
I wish we
they
tried.
could have tried to swing that together, and you know, if you both get the kills, the plant is available, you win the round. Navi play it very well to line up in CT spawn, layered peaks. There's probably no chance Spirit can actually jump across. They have to fight their way, but they don't even give it a go. The time decides, and still Navi lose almost all their players at the end of the round. So just getting enough to buy one more, but they are on the edge of reset if Spirit can continue. Considering that's a 3-on-5, damn close.
And I think this is where the game, in its sense, is decided. If Spirit wins this round and, you know, there's not a massive save from Navi, at that point it's probably 9-2. And even if Navi wins this round, there's still buys there for Team Spirit, so they absolutely cannot afford to lose this round if you're Navi. And that previous round was great, you know, taking main control and then blocking. That's what Alexi was missing in that round, like a smoke to block that reaction that we saw from Spirit, and it worked much better this time around with Wonderful finding a kill in Dark. So they finally connect a good round on the side of Navi.
You can see how Spirit immediately try to adjust to this though, right? They've got Zontix being far more active over towards main. He's kind of denied any idea of a push over towards this side of the map for now. Navi still could go back for it a little later. Spirit still keep it low and slow, burning through this Navi util.
We've seen this round. It gives Spirit both options. They can end
once
A
I
or
get
B,
kits, it's over.
on, you know, what their lurkers find or what
they're gonna have the most blessed gaming
find.
genes
Right
ever.
now, it's still stacked over
You
on the
understand?
B side, and Donk dies. It's more likely going to be camera to A. If Zontix dies, we're in trouble. But he takes 2 with him, and they can just run through the camera, eyes to the sky. Spirit can plant, and just when you think Navi have put down the player that matters most, it doesn't. Spirit are in for another.
Magic's, even though he was loud on the rotate, still holds this line and is just able to delay Ema. Zontix then comes back in with his 3rd kill in the round.
Navi's map
There
pick.
is saving grace for Team Spirit here when they lose that prong over towards the B site. He stands and delivers on his own over at A. Wonderful. This save is not guaranteed, and they might even remove Alexi.
They need
as
those
well.
guns.
You said a big save would be needed for Navi if they were to lose this one. And they might never get the chance. It's just Alexi left, and Spirit are going for the throat. They're going for the jugular. They want to try and remove this gun. Alexi, they're right here, but they're gonna bypass him.
It's whatever, you know. It's whatever. You're saving one gun. It's not gonna win you the round. Given the way that Spirit are playing right now, and I don't just mean as individuals, but as a roster. I love that. Again, the options are just so open for Spirit with these defaults, with these really late mid takes. Navi,
and Navi no money.
Aggressive mid. JL's been sniped. Bit's been cleared out of double doors. We're seeing Shiro screaming alongside Donk now. The energy.
She's smiling at it.
That's something that you definitely have to notice with this squad. Is it feels like
this is crazy.
The sort of energy that these youngsters have brought to the table is very much rubbed off down the line, right? Yeah. Like, you kind of, when you bring Shiro into this team, you're getting someone who's had a rough few years as far as it goes, or, you know, at least a rough few months, you can say. And it feels like he's kind of embraced it. Magic's has always felt like he's been a good vibe kind of guy, if I'm honest.
Him and Chopper are very chill, you know, that gives plenty of room for some screamers on this team.
Man.
I think that was, though, a dream round from your T anchor, right? For Zontix, like putting pressure, and then when the CTs want to re-aggress, he just shuts it down completely.
Single M4.
I like the timeouts from Harry.
Rest pistols.
You know, even though they're up a lot, being able to finish them off, so to speak, means a lot. Like these rounds, we see how fast they can get away from you with pistols, so...
Nothing left unsaid for Team Spirit here.
Bomb left in spawn.
The play-in was swift, and the group stage starts strong. Can they destroy Navi? That's the question. These next few rounds will decide the answer.
Calm down.
I mean, it's really impressive in a sense of how few gaps there are in their game.
Yeah.
You know, like you're watching this game throughout and not really seeing, oh, if this guy only pushed here, there was only an opening there. It seems that they're ready for everything. They cover each other really well in round.
This is good. Through mid. Could get out of hand.
Oh!
Shiro repels it. And so you needed him to deliver something like that. This round kind of hinges on him doing that. And
Bomb to what's
it bit with the dual Berettas and immediate dink.
Man,
trade
Zulis are so OP.
Well recovered. Alexi on the M4 swinging on out. The round's not done yet. 30 seconds and Shiro is a long way away. He's wounded as well. Magix, who's had a bit of a free ride throughout this so far, hasn't been required to step up. Now thrust
2v2
into the limelight. Has some util coming in that's going to cut off the camera rotation, or at least that's the design, but straight through it for Navi. And only
Shiro clutch minister with 8
Shiro,
HP.
10 seconds, low on HP.
No
He
time.
can't go for this.
Yeah, I think the biggest incentive is not giving them the AWP, to be honest, this late in the half. Just keep it yourself. Of course, the bomb's still back at the bomb site, and they knew Alexi was close. Nice shot on the way out. Got one gun saved at least, but you could tell from Magic's crosshair, even when he did damage to Ema, you know, didn't get a kill, immediately flicked down to the smoke. He was expecting the rifle.
Yeah, bro, Shiro on this roster makes sense.
He couldn't find either of the kills. If he could take down Ema, maybe Shiro would attempt. So, yeah, two of the three rounds, Navi won the pistol. The other two rounds that they win are rounds that are decided by the clock, but Spirit are very close.
He seems
to
always so
winning
tilted on
2v2s
C9.
that they don't due to the time. So, bye-bye. Well, not quite. It's Donk dead, actually.
Towards
That's a
the end, at
change.
least.
I mean, Navi will take anything at this point just to give themselves some room to breathe in the second half. We were saying 8-4 on a pistol. Different story.
They set up wonderful well there, or Ima rather, with a flash. It's a nice trade out for Alexi, making sure they're making moves, but eyes on the A site. That's where they need to be.
Bit and
Great
JL.
impact in that last round, but this one he's just kind of missed the timings, right? Just looks away from main right as they creep in, and so he's already low. Suddenly
Chopper's
the
in.
emphasis is on JL to stand and deliver, and he just bows out of there. They're gonna have to tee up for a retake here. They have the man advantage, so they've got that going their way at least. For Team Spirit, they can't just afford to dig themselves in here. They've got to take a bit of space, and they're looking to work that now over towards heaven. Where this crumbles is if
Kits are available.
Shiro isn't able to withstand the fights through camera, or they lose.
Oh my
But
days!
Chopper at
This
least
was a
holds
2v4.
on. No reaction
Chopper
on
stays
the
alive,
camera
15
fire.
HP.
Shiro's got to hold on to main.
Still an
He's
incendiary
got
and a smoke
eyes
available.
about it.
Shiro, oh my
There's
days.
one
Alexi
kill.
needs to
Looks up
clutch.
to the heavens, but Alexi's played his hand, and they
14
know he's
bullets in his
coming
M4.
from main.
Time low, he won't
There's
have it.
time for Alexi B.
There's no
Surely
time, there's no
hops on
time.
the bomb now, but Chopper is here to deny it, and so it's 9.
How are they?
Spirit on the back
They're
of the
owning
captain's
them.
3K to close the half.
On their own map pick. If Spirit wins this pistol, it's done. What? Guys, I'm running an ad so we have none during the second half. And potentially last half of this best of 3. My days. Crazy. Boys, just so you know, we have one more game after this. We have one more. Which is gonna be Vitality versus Ence. We all agree that we watch that one, right? I don't want to watch these guys. I don't want to watch these guys. I can't. If you know, you know. Yeah. Banga. Bro. Man, BG. Vitality versus Ence. Who am I cheering for? I think I will be cheering for Ence. Why? Because it's 5 Polish boys. It is their home country. Let them touch the arena. Let them touch turf. You understand? Daicha, in an interview, said means more to him than the major. Last time they didn't even qualify during the play-ins. Crushed. They were crushed. Yeah. So yeah, I probably got Ence's back. Boys, once this game is over, if it does go quickly, they did send me the fucking maps that I asked for. I kind of want to check one of them out. MG Skeet, Fall Guys, Cube. Let me check them. Can I cook up a server with this or nah? Can I just invite some viewers and replay it or nah? I want to try this shit out. Actually, this one looks kind of mid. Is it possible nowadays where I can just invite people and it puts us into a workshop map or nah? No. What is this one? I don't know what that is. Is it just KZ? Pass-through map for minigames. Uh-huh. Oh man, what the fuck? Showing it on the mainstream does nothing. Actually, 11k subs is not too bad. How much does Fall Guys have? 4k. Twitch clips. Oh, hell nah. Let's go. Vamos, 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 boys and girls. Jell about to cry? 9. It is not elimination. It is a double elimination format. If Navi loses here, they're still in great form. They're still great into the tournament. Because their next game would be elimination. But their next game, not this one. Yeah? Double elim, not single elim. Vamos.
Through it without even breaking a sweat. 10 rounds for Navi total across both these maps as of right now. Only 3 on the CT side of Anubis.
Oh man,
as they move on to the T side.
Fuck, bro.
Left wondering just how much more hope is there for Navi.
Sheesh, bro.
Will Spirit run away with this convincingly?
Here we go.
They're looking pristine right now. You know,
Sorry for the whistle.
I think we could guess that their ceiling was
I don't know why
going to
that
be
happens
high,
sometimes.
but I'm impressed by how high their floor is already.
Dude, Spirit is so good.
The aggression spotted by Ema. And Spirit pulled back. They got 3 in mid right now.
Navi needs
Looking to
this
make a
pistol.
move in the mid round, perhaps go for a flank. RV will be coming back to them. So the fact that Spirit even keep this setup for this long is maddening. But as I say that, they peel away and Navi move into the void.
Interesting
This
setup
is
from
great
TeamSpeak.
timing for Navi. It's going to be down to Donk, though, on a temporal rotate. Think he's up for it?
Let's see. I mean, he's certainly more than willing to throw himself into the fight here.
Shiro and Dualies is scary, bro.
Fake B
Leisurely from Navi. Ema trying to sell a bit of a B fake with temple smoke, support,
A lot of
flash.
movement.
Oh wow, they're eating the
Spirit
fake.
really react to that, and there's no push on the back of it. Shiro gonna rotate. I didn't imagine he would
They
up and leave completely.
They don't
This
leave a
is
single
crazy.
defender on
They're
A.
realizing, surely, they're realizing. There's
Out
not a single,
fucking
there's just
played.
one smoke. That's it.
There is a
I
kid
can't
for the
believe he
retake
runs
though.
back out in the middle
Alexi.
like everything was going to be fine. There's a trade back from Zontix, but more men in
Wow,
mid.
Emmett,
He
that's a
fires
good
off
kill.
Immediately, and Donk taps back. We somehow end up at a 3-on-3, even though that fake
JL.
looked like it would work.
2v1.
wonders. It
Wow.
still gets close, but
Clean
Navi
retake.
will take the pistol. Chopper calling for an immediate rotate around, or whoever for Team Spirit, and that one leaves them very out of position as Navi move in.
And
I think if you're Navi, you're even surprised at just how well
clean,
that worked.
Yeah, that's like still
clean
deadly
take,
close
clean
on
take.
retake. Comes down to a 1v2. You wonder if Shiro just anchored. We've seen a couple of those today. If Shiro just held his spot in the A side, he could have definitely gotten away with a multi-kill with Julies and close aim aim. We've seen that 1,000 times. But Navi, hey, it's basic, but it works wonders.
Fully
They pulled the wall over Team Spirit's eyes, and we may have a game after all. T-side Anubis is a very nice place to be.
Dunk on a deagle, pause the champ.
And that seems that, like, maybe the one thing that you could punish Spirit for is over-rotating. We saw that on Nations as well, even though they won that round. And in general, you know, when you're losing big to an extent, the other team, when they're playing with a lot of confidence, they are going to move around the map more. So you have to use those mini fakes or just, you know, fakes in general to get them out of position. And, you know, Spirit, they have to use those mini fakes or just, you know, fakes in general to get them out of position. And, you know, Spirit, they have to use those mini fakes or just, you know, fakes in general to get them out of position. And, you know, Spirit, they have to use those mini fakes or just, you know, fakes in general to get them out of position. And, you know, Spirit, they have to use those mini fakes or just, you know, fakes in general to get them out of position. And, you know, Spirit, they have to use those mini fakes or just, you know, fakes in general to get them out of position. And, you know, Spirit, they have to use those mini fakes or just, you know, fakes in general to get them out of position. And, you know, Spirit, they have to use those mini fakes or just, you know, fakes in general to get them out of position. And, you know, Spirit, they have to use those mini fakes or just, you know, fakes in general to get them out of position. And, you know, Spirit, they have to use those mini fakes or just, you know, fakes in general to get them out of position. And, you know, Spirit, they have to use those m
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the other side to it, right? It's like, would that call have been the same if this was a far closer game? Probably not.
Please win this one, Navi, please.
Zontix's deagle is already making Navi nervous. It's really the only big ticket item here alongside DONK as well. Zontix gets that spot out in mid. There's the mow down. Ema restores a bit of normality. Some damage done off this deagle, but can't finish the job to Wonderful. And so now for DONK, it's just kind of a damage dealing mission. Backstab is in for Magix. They try to give him time. They've whittled Ema down so low over here in the mid doors. Ooh, the spam makes you nervous. But Ema should be good to withstand it. Oh, God, that's nearly a collateral. I mean, he did hit him through the doors. Bloody hell.
Stop.
That would have
There's
been
even
wicked.
luck going his way now. What happens when that's the case, man? Ema must be terrified, but at least he gets out with his life. And Navi successfully withstand the double deeg of Team Spirit.
I mean, that was Zontix was spamming his deagle. One more bullet connecting would have been Wonderful dead. Like, that round shouldn't be even interesting. It shouldn't even be worth talking about, but Spirit find a way. Navi closing the gap. Baby steps, one at a time. That's all you can tell yourself. Got a full buy coming through for Team Spirit.
Here we go.
Here
comes the real challenge, Navi. Your bonus round.
Seems like a mirror game to what we saw on Ancient, right? Like a lead for Spirit, but Navi wins the pistol. Perhaps there's a chance.
Psych.
We'll see if the ending can be different to Ancient, but so far looking pretty similar.
Oh man, big nade.
Yeah, lovely.
Minus 50 on the
and a
dot.
great candidate to have been hit by it as well if you're Spirit. JL softened up.
Look at that Galil. It has the date and it says Galil incident. It's Alexis Galil. If you know, you know.
Taking the pep out of his step is
Vertigo.
nice for Team Spirit. They're double layered here with Zontix and Shiro. Flying two towards main, and they are about to have a test come their way. Bit usually very proficient here, and he's even got support.
Good
Second man in Alexi B.
Oh, these nades.
It looks to move in, but ends up getting locked out. Bit usually fantastic here, but it's
actually
to
happening.
get the better of him. And so now Navi need answers elsewhere. DONK down in dark.
DONK.
This smoke a little ways away from fading. Spirit don't feel the pressure to go on any sort of aggro here. They have this one man pushed up in main, and he just drops the smoke.
Big.
30
Zontix
seconds remaining.
Very smart with this real estate, man. After winning this double, he's kind of longed
Bomb
it out
seems
for
committed
as long as
towards
he
A.
can,
Two
with
defenders
no
are there.
let down, and now he's dropped this smoke in.
Smoke will get
He
blown
slows the
open.
push. They're going to try and break it to get
Wow,
past
JL.
it. Only damage to JL. But now they know
3v4.
this play's coming in at A.
Well
Single defender there right now.
They don't wait. They don't allow Zontix to play.
No
on
more
his own
Util
timing.
left on the
They're in
T's. Only a
site
flashbang
now.
and a nade.
Shiro waiting for the
No
big
smokes or
flank,
anything.
No hurry to force his
Bomb goes down.
Magic's will. Bombs going down, but this smoke is actually a problem.
Shiro 1 HP.
For
Got
Navi as
it.
he Spammed right through it.
Wonderful, wonderful.
And he might be good for it. 5 of them.
Oh my days, 4K.
4 kills for Wonderful.
That is disgusting.
Navi are here to play.
A name we haven't had to say much yet, but what a way to arrive. Wonderful has landed in Katowice.
Jesus.
And it's on his back that they find that.
That's his first
for Spirit,
brunette
that
clutch,
one's
no?
like a gut punch. They thought they'd won the round. They thought they'd done enough. But dancing around default, Wonderful.
Wow.
What a display.
That's sick. It was about time.
Absolute filth.
Yeah.
From
That
Wonderful.
was so important.
I mean, those are the rounds that can sometimes re-energize a team, right? They remind you kind of what you're capable of. And so if we get Wonderful switching on, if that's the late activation of Navi, this one
DONK
could
on
get
the
a hell of a lot
hero
more
M4.
interesting. They've still
Blood
got
thinks he's DONK.
a partially bought Spirit to go up against here. We've seen these rounds get close before. Will that be the round that re-energizes Navi and brings them back into this series?
The rage buy for DONK, I love it. M4 around pistols, but it might be avoided here. It's rotating through the temple. Navi are taking a main. Alexi's got a lot to contend with here in mid. He may have the gun for the job, but 2 players tucked in, plus that M4 range getting closer, and it spams him down.
There it is.
Guns gifted to Team Spirit.
Free
M10.
Oh, what a nade.
Brutal. That nade is brutal. Softens them up as they move through camera. And even though there's dinks down range, it's looking nice and clean for
7
Navi.
for Navi.
Alexi, the only casualty, the late lurk up through mid from Ema. Really does drive this one home. It's a Navi round all day long.
Next run, full buy.
And so back to the drawing board for Team Spirit as rifles await them in the next.
They should take a timeout now.
Shiro will be able to afford an all, but not too much utility to go along with it. Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
There
that
it
round
is.
from Wonderful really rejuvenates
one.
a squad, right? Like a big moment. Usually it was happening to you. Now you're doing it to them. And this is the last time out for Spirit. You know, I was praising Halley for using them in the first half to make sure you get a lot of rounds. But this is going to be it for regulation. The last time he'll be able to speak to his team unless Navi
What
takes
is
them
that
out of
mouse
their
pad,
own.
bro? What are those mouse pads, bro? Got
So
me
we'll see. I mean,
mixed
so
up.
far, nothing really to talk about all too much, right? They had a 4v1 that they just didn't convert. They played the round well. So perhaps at this moment, just sort of reminding the players about what they talked about
Here we
in
go.
the pre-game. You know, what
It's
is
kind
it
of
that Navi
boss
likes
though, how
to
they don't
do.
give a shit
Make
of
sure
what people
they're
think.
still focused
They just whip out
and
the
able to close
fucking
out this game.
anime girl mouse pad.
So great to see those
Kind of
rounds from
boss if you
Wonderful
think
Man.
about it.
Especially with, you know, the boots that he has to fill. Zorping has been incredible. And his rifling is as well, but DONK will show up on Ema outside of the B site.
Alexi just eats that flash.
Takes a certain intuition to know which flashes are info flashes and which ones are opponents pushing with them. He doesn't fire to reveal his position. Bomb is still outside of B. Hits the smoke. He still gets away with a kill. Something to be said for that. Zontix has been solid in A main on both halves.
I mean, that's a fight that's so often been going Zontix's way, right? So to even kind of see Bit approach that with the confidence, like he thinks he can win it. Instead of going slow, he doesn't respect the smoke. He goes straight through, looks to challenge the guy who's been kind of the bane of his existence on that side of the map. And so now Team Spirit, desperate.
TeamSpeak has 3 defenders on the right side.
Set in the back of the site, and
that molly
wouldn't
even
the
spread.
chopper's smoked off the nades. They might think this is clear now.
Oh, yo, yo.
Magic's one from him. Can he
5
find
HP on
any more
Magix.
as he's trapped in this smoke?
Oh, what?
Now another chopper
Alexi being a
comes
1v3.
in from CT, and now it's Alexi's time to clutch.
Bomb lost.
Swinging on
Finds the
out,
fast. 2 left.
shot
Magic's
ahead.
still
Magic's
low.
low on health. He sees the
8
barrel,
bullets.
but Alexi's gone, and it's Magic's from nowhere with 3 kills in at the back of the site. A smoke spam, his fingers crossed, and that's Team Spirit on double digits.
DONK's death has never been so helpful in a round. It's exactly as you put it, right? They molly.
That is their
they don't only see
first
one player. They nade,
CT round,
kills, and everyone looks away. Everyone pulls nades out. The bomb in hand. Magix is able to spam out a second as well. 3 kills to close it for Team Spirit. And right when you think Navi are energized, invigorated off of a massive clutch, Spirit put
Navi
them
has a
back
good buy.
down. Lethal injection.
But no economy build up.
It really is like Ancient, isn't it? Because now, like, we've hit that point where Navi started to build back into it, and now suddenly we're at a real turning point round. Like, they're all in here.
Magic
If
from the
Navi lose
XN.
this one,
If we're truly ancient,
Simple
Then
style.
the next, and
and then what? Then they're buying, and they need 5 in a row. Yeah, it's probably a done deal.
yeah, Spirit have to win 3 more, and it's over. And
That's how it works.
But that was preface. But then it will really be like Ancient. Right now, I feel like nothing's going to stop that. We need another heroic play out of a Navi player. Could it be this tag team, Bit and Wonderful, back in A main, B stack, And well, the fakers worked against them, but I don't think they'll bite twice. And they're even going to get aggressive. Chopper, if he clears this completely, as he pulls away, I think he got spotted there. So now Navi know their fake hasn't worked.
This time Spirit doesn't eat up the fake.
How will that change the outcome of the round? They're still going to pop in A main. Zoltix dodges
Wow,
the flash. Bit still wins that engagement again. Here's the
Alexi
split.
already
One
deep
man
inside
on
of their
side.
walls.
He's going to hit some bangers. They're getting closer, and he is overwhelmed. Donk throwing himself around the corner. Has to save the round.
What the fuck?
Going from across the map, and Magis closes the distance as he jumps away.
Oh, that could have been magical.
Navi. Barely
Dude,
by the skin
that
of their
XM
teeth,
sniper shot.
find an 8th.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but the dream is carried forward, right? The embers of this game are not yet extinguished. Navi are now in with a chance. And once more, it's Bit, who really across these last few rounds has found a lot of impact over here at main. Magis is clutch with the auto shotgun just cut down in its prime.
I mean, these A setups just haven't been working for Spirit outside of that first gun round where Zontix got a double kill, right?
On the M4.
That's where Navi has been finding an advantage. Even though Shiro is there for a double setup, it's just...
It is a decent investment.
Not been that great so far. And Spirit will have to find an answer for that, you know. I wonder if in the next round the call will be a fast B play from Navi, right? I think that would be a good change of pace. But let's not get too ahead of ourselves. Still an M4 on DONK in this round. Shiro with an MP9. A kit on DONK as well.
Trying to be the guy peeking in. Oh, he almost gets it. Lexi jiggling for a reaction. Good check from the in-game leader. And DONK
bomb towards A once again. They keep abusing bombs at A.
This one-on-one. There's no util supplementing
Bit
this.
finds another entry. Is that 3 rounds in a row?
Close range, he can't. And now this A split comes in. Just a
it's
solo
on DONK with his M4.
Absolutely no chance for DONK. He'll take a kill, but this is still Navi edging closer and closer to an even scoreline.
Man.
I would love
from a 9-3 to a 10-9.
Lost bonus is maxed. He's going to have it regardless. Magix is here. If only he had a kit.
Or an auto shotgun, apparently.
Magix has a smoke. Is he going for ninja defuse?
Turning it back to Shiro is ballsy, but this does mean Magix is dead. I guess that never gets calmed along. Shiro, good for 1 in mid, and now can look to grab that AK. That's a nice little save for Spirit at least, but this gap is well and truly closing up. And so we had some questions, right? You wanted to see Team Spirit, when they're getting tested, when the game gets close, are they able to dust themselves down and pick themselves right back up? Because right now, Zontix, while he was stellar in that first half, and he even found some early successes over here towards A, as you highlighted, Yanko, he's been a kind of persistent opener for Navi, and this A site is starting to crumble under the weight of the Navi T
That's
side.
our first dunk tilt.
What's the adjustment going to be? The task now falls to Chopper to try and piece this one together. And Navi are becoming more and more aware as to this A main position.
The highs are high, the lows are low.
A problem for Spirit. So this is where the mind games pick up again.
And it's not going to be a fast B play from Navi. Magis can donker there, just opening default. Instead, it's a more heavy A lane from Spirit because of all the A main problems, but it's a delayed B hit from Navi.
The util needs to go out soon. Donk's in the open. They come
Donk.
main. Magic's blind.
And that's a tilter.
Same problem, and this is a brutal execute.
From first
Navi.
tilt
to
getting entry the very next round.
Just like that. Very well done. Akin to.
And there's going to be thoughts like, oh, but why did no one cover me or something?
Dark. Players looking the wrong way, and then
just
running out long.
Yeah, just a delayed B hit, right? It's to be expected that Spirit was going to put more focus on A site, A main, right? Also because most of the times when Navi hits A, there's also players mid, right? It's never just
this
like
comeback
a full
looks very,
4 or 5
very
guys going A main.
Set in stone.
So a great way to change it up from Alexi B.
And third map would be what?
Spirit does save 3 weapons, though.
Is it
they will be able to buy in the next round.
Mirage third map.
Sick play for Ema.
2 weapons, and it's maybe even going to get worse. Shiro just tuck in. resist that voice in the back of your head telling you to peek, and he will get out with the AWP.
Double digits, even game now. And Navi certainly favourite, just given off of the momentum they have. A fantastic T-side, one round to show for Spirit. To think this game might have been over if it wasn't for Wonderful pulling out that 1v4.
So now I think Spirit is going to try to do something aggressive, right? Like them laying back hasn't really worked. So let's see if Navi is ready for that.
Here we go.
Getting stressed. Ooh,
Spirit has a full buy.
To drop down Donk.
Crazy, he's here so much faster than
and that's again Donk.
And so Donk, timing's throwing off. That peak goes the way of the AWP. Shiro at least rains out to find an equalizer, find the 4v4. They're going to leave JL down in dark.
Probably a desk slammer. And I'm worried about his wrist.
Team Spirit can't go thinking dark is clear, or else they're going to award JL with a kill. Oh dear, those footsteps appear to have really sold Team Spirit. Bit now waiting back in main, and another one of these kills going his way over Zontix. The head-to-head between these two having flipped around massively. Chopper likely already calling for a save here. Wants this round over. He wants it done now. He wants 3 guns to get out of it. And not even that's guaranteed. That kill, I wonder if that entices them back in. It would feel a little desperate with how out of position they are, but the bomb's still not down yet. They're making good timing on this rotate.
Hey, definitely look at this one now. Finding Alexi and Spawn, looking the wrong way. Bit has won his fight v Zontix, but he has to do so much more.
Available.
Tucked in heaven, he goes for the swing. Chopper, the round rests on that kill, and he keeps it active. 2-on-2. Shiro was already saving. He's drawn back into the round. But JL has a powerful post-plant position.
Chopper's going to lead the way, low HP on the AWP, and he swings out heaven. It's an easy kill for JL.
1v1.
Just Shiro. Oh! Shot from Wonderful, the hero that kickstarted this whole comeback. Now thrust into a 1v1. It's
dude, that's a tilter! He had it, bro.
The line. Another
the missed
clutch
option.
This guy, and that sees Navi now take the lead from a 1v4 to kickstart the comeback in the first place to now a clutch 1v1 versus Shiro, to take the lead for Navi and save the day in a round that felt done a long time ago.
Easier said than done. That is the clutch king of Katowice, the second highest clutcher in Katowice history of Shiro. Only falling 10
Magic's on the XM again.
Who has double the match
Desperate
played.
buy.
And Wonderful locks it in. I also love that run boost play out of Spawn. He is so fast for after being flung over the mid-molly, down window into Dark. That's quicker than anyone could have ever been there if they went the canal route. Donk is completely caught off guard. We saw him getting frustrated the round before. This one is slipping through Spirit's fingers.
Wonderful cracks it open and Wonderful closes it out.
Oh, now we return to this horrific head-to-head over in main. This time, Zontix realizes the only way to win this game is not to play, and so he doesn't give up that early fight. Not yet, anyhow.
Donk, you don't want to get entry'd again.
Even though he kind of opened the door to that retake in the last round, he's been finding a lot of room over here in middle, and that's given Navi so many options. It's made these A splits so lethal, and even in the B rounds,
50
just
seconds, everyone's still alive.
He's doing this in mid has always kept players for Spirit here.
Oh, the spam, but there's 2 players. It doesn't matter.
14 HP
Chopper
left.
assists Donk with that kill, and there's still Alexi.
Bomb once again towards A.
30 seconds.
They found
destined to be
TeamSpeak's
an
weakness.
A-hit, but this dark flank could be massive. The question is, how long does Wonderful hold on to it? They're starting to activate. They won't commit. And actually pulling back through beach instead is Donk for that safe A rotation. Spirit know exactly
one more
what's going
circle
on.
and I'm going to
No
snap.
nades, they have to win every fight.
Zontix on the swing.
The lineup.
It's only damage as once again he's gaining
10 seconds. Navi is going way too late. Oh, I'm a tripping. Chopper still on site.
Chopper
round
the
done.
palm of his hand, and with that kill there, it's stripped away, equalized out at 11 all. A big 2K from Donk, who
That seemed
delivers
a little late.
when the pressure is on.
Classic
and it
Navi.
tees up Chopper to finish the round.
Yeah.
A tie game
Any
again.
timeouts played?
And that's the opposite for Zontix, right? He's feeling like he's crumbling under the pressure. Another A main swing, pre-fire MP9 misses completely. Thank goodness he's done enough damage for Donk to recover a spray like that. And a well-read situation by Team Spirit after Navi amass a massive comeback in this game.
And the key there was just A main again, right? Yeah. This time they're able to sort of delay.
Valorant player type punch.
And we'll see, this is the final timeout for Navi as well, so it will be up to the players in these last 2 rounds to get it done.
I think critically as well, Spirit found a lot of success on the extremities to like open the round, right? Like as mentioned, Alexis was very annoying over in middle, and he had a teammate there to support him, but they actually did a lot of damage to Alexi. They dealt with his buddy over in mid, and so
only a Galil
when
on
they
Alexi.
only have to worry about main, who knew it?
There are some
but
deductions.
the A side gets that much easier.
Well, nothing gets easier at 11-all. One mistake puts you down in that lower bracket.
What the fuck is that name tag? It says all chef, no balls.
Early
Excuse me?
from Navi, but that doesn't really bait all
With
that
4x
much
dick
utility
Stacy
from
stickers.
Spirit. So that gives them an early advantage when it comes to utility.
Magix is begging them to end B with that auto shotgun. But it's just been A hit after A split for Navi. With the exception of that 1 round, Ema just busts in with 2 kills on that B bomb site.
What?
Bit who, the numbers are only 12 and 18, but the head-to-head is favorable without a doubt in this T side.
Yeah, it's the impact those kills have had, right? It's how often he's been able to crack open the A site. That's been so valuable to Navi.
How do they fare here? Going into Donk and the auto shotgun, even with Chopper with assisting utility on this B bomb site. Coming in through dark. That's
nobody defending middle right now.
But the bomb is outside of long as well. This is seeming like the end goal for Navi.
Yeah, Chopper still has a
3 defenders on the side.
He's missing the smoke, but the molly could prove real valuable as main gets re-smoked now
Donk
at the 40-second mark, and molly to fall up in towards dark. Donk's mollied out into the open, but that counter Molotov into dark denies any immediate punish. Alexi, you madman! He could have the round on a silver platter right here. With Chopper falling, this B holds down to 2. Alexi's going to break this smoke, but they hear that. Magix turns and deals with it. Donk, this is the moment. He has to do
3v3, 15 seconds, time is low.
And it's just the 1 kill. Shiro and Zontix in a 2 versus 3.
Zontix is off my days.
Team Spirit, and it just might end up
1v3 for Shiro.
apart here.
Shiro can clutch, but this is
short,
too much to ask for.
Nothing up against Navi's 12, and so he can't justify
They need the RVP.
Navi on the back of this B play, on the wings of a 3K from JL. They reach map point with the promise of sending us to Mirage, and Team Spirit
from a
will not have the
9-3
funds
half.
to battle back.
God
Keeping
damn,
this
this shit
in
is
play
T-sided.
Paramount. It's going to be the best thing they have in this next round. And so they manage that at least, but not exactly size of relief on the back of that.
Again, I want to say, like, all the attention was on that hit with Alexi flanking and the shotgun and Donk in backside, who can only get a kill, but Wonderful found the crucial entry, jumping over the smoke for info and spamming out Chopper, who had a rifle in the B-bomb site. That was the breaking point in for Navi.
How are we going OT, boys and girls?
Has been unbelievable.
Decent buy
overtime
on Spirit.
Or it's a 3rd map, it's Mirage.
And it's a complete change out of Navi, straight towards B early.
And I don't think there's a way that Spirit turtles again, right? They're going to try to push for info at some point.
It looks like a quicker round.
Well, there won't be long to wait, because Navi look ready to explode. JL coming in from dark.
Hey, it's a weaker defense than last round, only 2 defenders.
Molotov, but they're ready to go.
Yeah, once more it's Donk.
Magix gets 1.
And deliver 1 kill from
Donk
the shotgun,
finds another.
1 kill from Donk, but as we saw,
4v3.
1 kill wasn't enough for this guy last time.
JL holds the dark flank.
The rotator's already big. Chopper falls.
Sloppy. 1v2 for Zontix.
Only Zontix left standing. His
And I think position's known. Oh, am I tripping?
And now he's thrust
now
into
definitely
a
is.
1v2 while he's feeling ice cold. He was the first wheel to fall off the wagon for Team Spirit. And so
also no kid in his hands, he will have to find one.
Surely this is asking too much.
If he's waiting out the smoke with no kit, he's hoping and praying.
Bang!
There's no way he's got to go through. Navi, after a 9-3 down half, have clawed this game back well and truly. Mirage is our battleground for the finale, and Zontix is simply out of time
3rd
and
map.
out of luck. What a game
Jesus.
for Navi. Right when you're
A
ready
9-3
to write
half.
them off, they pull a monstrous game on the T side of Anubis, and we will have to end this on the 3rd.
Spirit won their map pick, Navi won theirs. And we'll move on to the decider. Man, this is gonna get interesting, boys and girls. Mirage. We ended on a classic.
And his performances on Mirage, right? Like, this is his playground. He has been a little bit quiet, perhaps. It has been wonderful stealing the show for Navi, especially when it comes to Anubis. So this would be a great moment for
You're gonna watch Ence? Yes.
to sort of step up.
We have one
and
last
lead
game
the way
after
for
this.
Navi.
All right, then.
Ence
Hopefully
versus
for real
Vitality.
this time. It's the third and final map. Team Spirit versus Navi. And
Zywoo
Spirit
time.
coming off the back of getting comebacked in that last one. They got to dust themselves down, pick themselves up.
Let's see it.
Coming to this with their heads held high.
Donk
It's
on
going to be an
Mirage.
A-lean in the pistol. Good chunk of util split between Chopper, Shiro, and Donk. And they'll go low and slow to open. But
Svani's prediction was 2-1 for
Team
TeamSpeak.
comes out. Wonderful. Their worst nightmare tucked in behind triple. Bit brought down low. Wonderful swings it wide and gets nothing done.
Oh my days on
It's
6.
making amends for a quiet end to Anubis. He certainly opens Mirage in the right way. 3 kills and the pistol is as good as theirs.
Yeah, no doubt on these T sides. For neither team, really.
Single-handedly
Navi have
won the
had phenomenal
round.
T sides with this roster.
Who am I cheering
But
for?
Spirit,
Nobody. May the better team win. I want
comfortable
both
as it
teams to
gets,
win, you
and
understand?
Zontix goes hunting for the final kill. Triple entry from the guy is certainly not a bad start to this game, and it'll be him and Shiro to combine for the close.
Almost flawless.
Team Spirit with a pistol round.
Shout out Alexi.
JL, I will say this one last time.
Just throwing the nades
A
in
17-year-old kid, I'm not gonna
just so they
cheer
can't get
on
it
this
off
fucking
his
downfall, bro,
every
against fucking Navi
detail counts.
in one of his most important games of his life, bro, where everybody has the eyes on him, where everybody expects the most. Let them have it, bro. Let them have it. Because I've been in these shoes as well.
Like, that's always going to be a tough round
And just thinking about people cheering against me in that situation, that's fucked.
One flash on Alexi.
Wonderful gets mollied out of triple. Not what you want on a pistol round, for crying out loud. So, yeah, that's a nice bit of work for Spirit to start. Going to take their time in middle here.
But then again,
figure out where the stack is. Almost expected at this point.
may the better team win. I'm unbiased and fully.
4 players on A, 3 take the ramp, but
It's also interesting because people
As
point
always.
out, you know, you could make, you say pistols are random. Well, you can make them less random if you use more utility, but what if they played retake A? And you've used all that utility and not really being able to do much with it, then you're at a disadvantage
full
when it
eco on
comes
Navi.
to actually having to defend against a retake because you don't have armor. So it looks really, really nice when it works out, right? But it's not that simple. I can't remember. It was a couple of months ago. We were sitting at a tournament, we were watching some game, you know, re-watching some game from the start of CSGO, and you see 5 CTs have nades in the pistol round. Can you imagine now, like all 5 CT players buying nades, or you know,
Where did they
utility?
throw
Yeah, it was wild at times.
Not just say cheese, but you know, smoke, flash, smoke kit, 2 HEs, just throwing them at the start of the round, you know, like an anti-rush.
Just lobbing everything in. Smoke at Palace, smoke at Ramp. Can't go through that.
But not gonna lie, I don't mind YNK as much.
Donk was 3 at the time, probably, or something.
I actually enjoy it.
It's
All right.
really not far off.
First gun round, Harry, be serious.
Yeah.
I don't look like that big of a yapper now, you know?
Right now, Team Spirit kind of poising themselves over here like they want to run back this A
He's
play.
outdoing it.
Bit watches on from the back of Ticket, but we saw what happened to him here in the pistol. Navi pretty heavy mid setup early on just to make sure they have this control, that Team Spirit can't slip anyone through the back lines. But now they've got to be worried about the front lines. Team Spirit already out through Ramp.
Here it
No
is.
way of slowing this down. They're already in. Ema gonna rain out with a kill. That's all the way back from jungle, and then Vic suddenly barrels through the
4v2
smoke
for
at
Navi.
CT. Shiro and Chopper have given Team Spirit a fighting chance, make it more competitive than it was just moments ago. With
Both
a
Shiro and Chopper already chunked up a
They'll
little.
have to slow down. That bomb out in no man's land, the timer to get it is
Very
fast
good for the
expiring for
M4s.
Chopper, but he gets his hands back on it.
got a smoke, he's got options, but he's not in a hurry to plant, hoping that Navi overread this one and over-rotate. They will not move a muscle.
40 seconds
They know
remaining.
both players were here, and that's enough to stay in the sight. Unscoped timing couldn't come at a worse one. As Ema moves in, it's a trade, but that's all. As Navi
Boys, we will have a
find their
close
round. I love
fucking
that
game.
Re-aggression, double-layered. First, it's Bit pushing through the CT smoke to assist, and then later, Navi go hunting for information and catch Spirit looking unaware.
That round is on whoever threw the jungle molly.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Because it wasn't deep enough, and that gets the first kill, you know, for Ima. And it's not just the fact that he gets a kill, it's the fact that that's an angle that you're not supposed to have to worry about, that you now do have to worry about. You can't get the bomb down, and very frustrating first gun round for Spirit.
Run boost.
Oh, for Shiro.
Never mind.
That's kind of the exact peak he was hoping for, but the shot just sails past Ima.
Donk was rushing B looking for the entry on his own, but Alexi mollied it.
It's a fast buy.
After throwing a nade, Donk will go back. He's getting jump spot, but careful.
Imagine.
Out on an island is wonderful with limited support.
Why XCD?
Maybe a run boost here in mid.
Oh yeah, Magic's gonna get sent flying, hoping this throws off the aim of this AWP. Turns from the flashbang and then gets right back on at the top of mid. Donk taps out too, but he's done on the jump. Fantastic reaction from Ima. And that alleviates a lot of the big worry in this round. If this was the 2-on-3 with Shiro and Donk still in the picture, this one has some legs on it. The fact that it's just Shiro with this bought-up AWP in a round that Team Spirit were cash strapped in, he's going to struggle to find much with it. 40
Blood doesn't
seconds
even have a
left,
helmet.
a long way away from anywhere.
He's saving unless they give him something, basically. He could look B, and if he catches Alexi jumping, that's a way in. But they're trapping him right now. He doesn't know it.
And this is going to be the first time that Spirit doesn't go off on a 4-1, 5-1 start to their T side. They're going to have to most likely eco behind this op. I mean, I don't really love it if they force. They're only going to get 1900, so that's pistols, armor, and one grenade, one piece of utility. So a bit of a different scenario compared to what we've seen on the first two maps. Great spray transfer.
Oh, what?
Yeah, and it's
sick shot.
That little reaction from Ima, right? Already some promising signs, right? Because he has been, I don't want to say a non-factor, but just, a little quiet
analyzing
throughout
the
the series for the most part. We've been looking at JL, we've been looking at Wonderful. Haven't really had to get too excited about Ima yet, but he's certainly not shy of giving some good Mirage performances. And so this start bodes well. You're dead on. Navi gonna have an early lead under their belts unless Shiro
saved RVP on Shiro.
Can do the unthinkable in a round where it's really only him with anything to do.
Shiro against the world.
Oh, it was so close. If he peeked a little bit earlier, but Alexi gets that nade and gets out.
This round is a little bit more complicated than it looks, because if Shiro dies here, I mean, he'll have 2400 next round, has to play with a pistol. Even if he lives, no money bonus, so he'll just have an op with no nades, and the rest of the team will have 4400. So not an ideal buy by any stretch of the imagination for Team Spirit.
They need to set him up, and a boost will be a way in.
Oh my god, I can't believe this is what they're doing. Wow. That's crazy. Orb now lost over here in mid, and if you're Navi, you really want to protect that.
I thought they were going to do at least a back boost that lets him fight window, not necessarily climb in with the orb. I've never seen Shiro climb into window with an orb before, but they'll have to go back for it and try and grab it. There are no nades to stop this on location. And it's even more awkward. I guess you could give it to Donk. He's got armor with his Glock, but they run it away.
Oh yeah, they're starting to kind of piece this one together, right? They've told Donk to go save. The two Glock players just want to die. Luckily enough, nice guy Navi will oblige that. From downtown, it's a nade from Wonderful. And Team Spirit get their wish, at least. They've kind of been able to jiggle this around so that it's not quite as devastating, but I'm kind of surprised Shiro's even still trying to be hyper involved. Honestly, once he gets like naded down in the apartments down to 40 HP, I figured he would just be looking to go on a save from the get-go.
You watch too many VP games, man.
I know, I think that might be it. I'm a little brainwashed.
Come on.
Brainwashed to being right. I mean, look at the
oh my god,
awkward
I saw one funny
now.
tweet about Nafani.
Sure,
Let me show you.
given the orb, but Donk has no helmet.
Look at the utility, right? I mean, I think this is very necessary timeout from Halley. They need to come up with a call. It's going to be hard with this much utility to play a sort of a default round, take mid. Perhaps
Fuck,
like
I don't know
a
if I can find it.
fast fake and a pop onto a site.
Chat, someone find it. Was Nafani,
to put a player in a
didn't change at all. And it was like him in the exactly the same posture. In C9 jersey and bad boom.
Let's see what it is that they decide to do.
Please.
It's not just Shiro to watch out for. Wonderful in a CT-AWP. We know he can do it with a rifle as well, but what's he got in store on short?
By the way, prediction ends now, and I mean that.
Chopper on the other side, making it loud, and he just spams the smoke. Good understanding, good read, and a 5-on-4, but it won't be for long because Wonderful is here. Nice reaction down.
Flick.
And they were going to pop A, but Chopper gone from mid, the smoke in
wow.
the palace. Wow, Shiro gets an entry regardless. And they're fighting that. They won't even kill them. He gets caught in the cubby, 4-on-2.
Should be a Jame time.
Navi shut out of the sight, and Donk is coming for you.
Oh, that's a rage-inducing way to go down if you're bit, right? Like, swings out atop of the stairs, just wants to give Ramp a little jiggle, and that offers up that initial pick. And from that moment on, like already, if you're Navi, you have kind of bad feelings about what awaits you there in the remainder of the round. He was kind of the sole defense over towards that A site, and you lose it on an info jiggle down towards the ramp. Still plenty of time left, gives away that kill to the AWP, and the round just unravels on the back of it.
And a really important kill from Chopper.
I respect that.
On the entry, right?
Yeah.
Like if he doesn't find that one, the jig is up. They probably get blocked.
Terrorists win.
Wonderful does save the AWP, so now we will have a strong buy here.
5 months, my driller.
Oh, and an immediate
Thank you for the 5 months.
timeout from Navi as well. And Spirit had theirs. Now Navi want to turn. Blade's gonna weigh in.
I need the tweet.
This is more what I wanted, right? It's not just, as you mentioned, Yanko, the 4-1, 5-1 start for Spirit. A back-and-forth game out of the gate where money will be the object of your desire, where there's no clear victor. Sure, the comeback for Navi was nice, but let's see how a team like Spirit
6 months, my driller.
when you're trading rounds.
If you're Navi, you're just like really hoping you can actually push the advantage for a change, right? Like they've had to play catch up on every map so far in the series, even in Ubis, which they do go on to close out, but it took them a while to get there, right? It took them a while to build into that game, and they were always playing from the back foot.
Here, I found it.
Wonderful 1v4.
Bro, here's the part.
So
On two different teams. 1-1. Oh man.
Giving them something to work with here. They're fighting for this mid control. Wonderful. In the connector with his AWP.
There it is.
Team Spirit, meanwhile, were working their way up through the apartments as a 4-man unit, looking like they want to try and get into this B site. Chopper just harassing middle with a little bit of util now.
Donk.
Alexi keeps going for these jumps and has yet
Donk
to be punished for it. Good info there as he sees Donk aggressing through the apartments.
Oh wow, the AWP rotates out, they don't believe it. The mid take's coming in, but it's all a short
It's a quick
split.
B-rush, here we go.
It's just Alexi, and not for long. Donk finds him, and JL with his back turn, they can come through the smoke. The flash, there's no play off the flash. JL gets a reload off, he goes hunting, chasing down Chopper on Catwalk. That could not have gone worse. JL somehow lives to tell the tale. Chopper with the opportunity to trade.
4v3 retake, kits are available.
And Spirit have to fight the market side. It's up to Shiro.
Shiro and Donk still in the picture here, but Donk
Shiro in the 1v2. If one guy can clutch, it's him.
And now it's Ema on the other side.
Ema has a kit.
No
util though.
To his name, so Shiro knows where he is and what he's working with here. Dancing around the site, Shiro.
The no-scope is crazy. No-scope is crazy.
Second time is the charm for Shiro as he puts up 3 kills in defense of this B site and adds another clutch to the tally.
I swear he sounds like a young goat, bro.
And that one takes the lead for Spirit in quite a big way. It breaks Navi's money. That's one of these early swing rounds, and they've got Shiro to thank for it.
Is that in-game leader's brain, Yanko? Chopper just overthinking it, running up Cat, trying to get past that player instead of just taking the fight. JL dropped a reload for crying out loud.
Yeah, exactly. I think he was a little bit too restrained there. Not really sure what was the reason behind it, but luckily Shiro bails
What do you
them
say?
out.
Lie down?
Obviously a huge round. You can see the money
Sheesh.
depleted on Navi, Eco, and just an MP9 on bid.
Yeah, see? And now a lot of fucking
great-
brain
I
dead
don't wanna
esports
say a
fans are gonna be,
double
oh my
fake,
god,
but
he's on toxic.
You know, the
Monesy
utility on mid, that force wonderful to
with
go
a
back
god
from B
tier
and
fucking
great
interview. I
timing
fucking
for
love
Spirit
you,
for the B
Monesy.
hit.
Second time they've
Boss.
missed that smoke.
Oh, worth keeping an eye on. Ooh, wonderful Deagle. Swiftly deals death down to
Shiro as
Chopper and
well.
even follows up. Shiro's been shot in the back. Wonderful. Giving a chance to Navi in a round that they have no business making super competitive. Not with all the room that Spirit had over towards B.
Not that all.
And yeah, there's a big ticket
Is that
item
retake
right
on? I don't
here,
think
right
so.
in front of you.
No kid.
Wonderful. Does he want to use this? Doesn't want to throw himself into a retake. Instead, he's going to take a boost on up, boost on over. Missed shot from DONK on the AWP, but he follows up the second time around.
DONK RVP.
So that AWP was taken out of there. And with this B site firmly under Spirit's control, the victories are short-lived here for Navi. Lovely two-piece on the Deagle, but no more past that point.
Oh, Ema. Just
Lol.
to make them die with the bomb, perhaps. He doesn't tap it, though. He's chasing, and he might be the guy to fall to the explosion.
Has
Yeah,
got
we
me
won't see
hyped.
that smoke missed again, because this time
That was just
Spirit
stupid.
realized it. They came up connector, and someone threw a follow-up jungle smoke. So, you know, a couple of mistakes, but they're aware of it now at this point in the game.
You want
5
an
to
exit.
3. Some nice B splits. Good shots from Zontix coming up catwalk. And yes, a little awkward as wonderful catches and backs.
5 to
turn,
3
but
for
not the
Spirit.
end
All
of the
boys and
world
girls.
here for Spirit. For Navi, it's a rebuy and another opportunity to level the playing field.
Jail.
I think Chopper's doing a great job of keeping mid pressure across these rounds, right? Like, I know he hasn't had the most success once he's actually got down the catwalk, but in terms of just keeping eyes focused here, as one man, he's never falling early. He's always kind of harassing with this util and giving the illusion that there's more in mid than really there is. And this time he gets that opener. The B site is
That was so
Spirit's
quick.
now, mate. It belongs to them. Navi, the save call is immediate. And it's far from guaranteed with Magic's already deep in the connector. Flash goes in and a back turn.
Oh my
for
days.
Ema seals his fate. Bit wants his hands on an AK and he just might
Boys,
get it.
this is looking
Being held
tough.
by Shiro's AWP, and well, there he is gone, deleted by that AWP.
These kids are
Wonderful
cracked.
posted. He knows they're going to come hunting, and so he wants to try and deny that. Zontix on some crazy routing. Like, they've fully up and left the bomb. He's all the way around at ramp. Wonderful just drops off now.
Wonderful 10 kills. Top fragging on
Seals
Navi right
himself
now.
in the nick of time. Has Shiro here. If he's able to remove
The
the
two top
AWP,
fraggers,
that would have
Shiro
been
wins.
lovely. But it's Shiro to deal with Wonderful in that
Man.
head-to-head, deny the AWP save, and really drive this one home. That Navi, they're on that back foot again.
Yeah, this is going to be Spirit picking up a dominant T-side of
I think
Ben.
they're doing a great job. They're switching it up. They use the top mid smoke a lot and just a molly for window, right? Because we see that window smoke a lot of times. It's getting broken. People
Someone
are jumping
take
over it.
the access
Instead, they
off
just
him for
smoke
this
it
tool,
delayed.
please.
That gives them, you know, a different take and a better opportunity really to fight for that mid control. And so far, Navi has been struggling to find a solution for it. Ooh, here's a solution.
And Bit tries to donk it, running it up mid on the CT side. It won't work. That one rifle is lost in no man's land. We also see when Spirit throw that top mid smoke,
Chad,
they keep
both of
spamming
these
the
teams are
close
playing
lip of it,
fantastic
and
Counter-Strike.
they found a kill through it already before. Another bit of aggression on the ramp side.
These teams are snappy.
Denied. And this round slipping through Navi's fingers. Although damage has been done, Chopper's a shot from death. He's been smoked, but Alexi has now left it. And Spirit is still pulling a slow one on this default, hoping more comes to them before they commit. And they're not wrong. Up in Palace, Zontix wins, and all is going to plan on this anti-eco.
And I also like a change of approach to some extent for Spirit on this map compared to Anubis and Ancient. We already saw two faster B hits, you know, B splits. Whether that's something that they, in preparation, saw as sort of a weakness for Navi. But perhaps in the next round, Let's see if Shiro decides if they're going to play default, if he decides to go B apps with the op, because that might be an answer for Navi to send Wonderful there to make sure they get early, deep control of B apps, early information.
Alexi still floating around here. JL is moving around to join him. Navi going to see if they're given any reason to go for this. Flash in. And Donk gets the info that there's a man up close. JL still not spotted. Alexi swinging it, but can't best Donk in the head-to-head. And so for JL, it's the end of the line. Just going to save this M4 if
Guys,
they let him.
who won the knife round?
Big if. But they don't know. Ooh, yeah.
He gets out with his life.
It's important to know who's feeling more comfortable right now in the half, you know?
Considering, you know, considering how this game started, right?
Navi won it. Oh,
kind of
no.
nice beginning for Navi after winning that first one. They go on a 3-round streak. They're momentarily in the lead. They even have Team Spirit kind of in this position where they can keep them on the back foot economically. And now it starts to slip away from them. It's good for Spirit. The longer they can keep Navi here, the better. Every round kind of hitting like a 2-for-1 right now. And so Navi are feeling that pressure. The pressure of playing from behind all over again. Nades down into the connector. Wonderful posted with the AWP on short, but no challenge from Team Spirit in mid this time. Not even Chopper there. Trying to just keep up appearances. It is a full regroup back towards A. And so often when this has been the case, when mid, you know, has only had one player in it, or it's been a little light, it's ended over towards B.
Here we go.
See an early rotate from JL. That meant there were 3 players leaning towards that B site right as Team Spirit move out onto A. Bit falls, getting nothing done, and the site is taken.
Zontic's entry.
Break of the smoke almost on jungle. They got more nades to do it. Magic's putting pressure on.
What a bang.
It's a good spam, but you need the kills right now. The clock is already ticking in Spirit's favor, and the util just keeps
4v5 retake.
flying.
Kits available.
It's finally out, but the kills are not. Chopper finding Ema. Wonderful showing off the AWP in connector, and Don continues to put the pressure
time ticking.
on.
Bomb halfway down now.
Navi falling apart
Wonderful
right
hits
now.
the fucking zinger.
Wonderful just trying to escape through the con smoke, but he's still very open fighting. They'll spam him with a Tech 9. Shura coming hunting. He has
2v2.
His team are falling.
No time.
Oh, this is getting
round over.
Yeah, Wonderful's running for the hills.
My
that is
days.
A scrappy post plant there. As Navi, for a moment, looked like they were going to battle back into it.
Yeah. I thought they were going to save, but then all the kills come through from CT.
Fuck, this one chat message had me thinking the whole time. I couldn't even focus that round. Someone asked, explain to me why Simple isn't playing in Minecraft terms. And I have the perfect answer. The overworld, the normal Minecraft world, that's CSGO. CS2 is the nether. Simple has all the obsidian. He has the fucking flint and steel. He just didn't open up the portal yet, you understand?
From Spirit. We saw it every single map.
That's perfect.
On both Ancient and Anubis.
He has all it takes,
Yeah,
but he just didn't step in yet.
On T side
You understand?
as well.
And here's the B op duel.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
I think last round Wonderful had the
Only
best
took me 2
ball,
rounds.
so he went for the cat jump. We'll see if he'll try his luck and go for the deeper angle.
No
Doesn't
questions
look
like that,
it.
please. I can't focus.
Oh, Ema going to challenge under, and look who's here.
Donk.
He's got good smoke in his favor, and Donk wasn't ready for a player push through. They won't find him. Chopper's behind the box. Navi seemingly unaware, but it doesn't matter because they've peeled out of mid. Wonderful can still be tasked with solo B.
Honestly, there's already been some good info here for Navi, right? Not just finding Donk down through lower, but even hearing the AK fire off from top mid. You're building a picture that Team Spirit actually were looking to take mid this time, unlike in rounds gone by where it's just been one guy being annoying. JL now really confirms it with that spot. He sees everybody. Shiro's AWP reclaims the 4v4. This smoke break for Alexi nearly gives an open sight line. But nothing found, nothing gained. It's Team Spirit running up through the short side.
Single
Wonderful
B defender.
Right place, right time on this AWP.
It's only Wonderful.
They're gonna ask a lot of
He's the top fragger right now, by far.
Will he be able to stand and deliver? First
Finds one.
Connects. Any more in the chamber? Looking towards the apartments, but it's a dead angle. Everyone
JL is now as well.
coming up through this short side. Nails the second.
3v2.
Wonderful. Can he keep this coming home?
10 seconds to plant.
Navi pushes up close.
Oh man, that's
No
crazy.
scope,
Went for the no scope.
misses, and that's when Shiro
Shiro no 1v2. If one guy can clutch it, Shiro. Shiro needs FaZe.
On the bomb. There's no winning this.
Needs to plant. Nein! He doesn't have it. What's he doing?
Slips through his fingers. Navi do manage a fourth.
Blood thought he was fucking... What's his name? The Marvel guy who can fucking turn back time. Boys. Man. Running an edge, we have none during the last half. Is TeamSpeak taking this fucking... Team Spirit taking this fucking game? 8-4. I have a bad feeling, man.
Posted mid.
Who did win the knife round? I don't know.
A boost for the Guardian fight. Ooh.
Complexity about to win
Does
first
slip
map.
off.
Sponsion machine on
Surely not
B stream?
dry.
He was
Why the
considering
fuck
it,
do
wasn't
we...
he? Floppy
Oh, I
draws
can't
attention
say it.
towards the B site. Halzok to jump up, and a lovely adjustment from Nork. Takes down his rival Orpa.
Why do we have the triple
scalp to
caster
post.
Yappington on A stream?
Must win round. Sense is
Sponge
very
machine
forward with
boss.
no trade potential.
Loving
He's
the
just
stream,
committed to
Zona.
this angle. And elige doesn't force the issue, doesn't investigate further. They do seem to be all maneuvering into B.
But look what Sense's position frees up for the rest of the team. B is going to be quite heavily
I
fortified.
want Complexity to
Zico
win, by the way.
with
Badly.
Jacob, and then Sussanese
Actually,
not
no.
too far away.
I don't want Complexity to win. I want Apex to lose. Payback from yesterday.
Damage onto Stiko. He is just playing this one defensively. And it's Jacob staying active, staying deadly.
Man.
So good from Jacob. He can play these tough headshot angles with ease.
A round's over. There's the
They eliminated Big
Sense.
Clan.
Yeah, JT's anticipating it. Sense is going to be playing the long game.
Trying
And I
to
do
save
like
after
Complexity.
time would be
Halzok is a good
miserable.
guy.
Job done. Round one.
You've definitely felt like you're down in the dumps a couple of times if you're Apex. So seeing this just feel like a game that should
Let me see
simmer
stats
around,
from you, Raj.
need to kind of slap yourself and remember that they've looked like a team who's been on the way out the door a couple of times. And well, this isn't for elimination. This is just the opening stages of the group stage. A double elimination bracket now starts again. And if anything from yesterday's game, the belief in coming back must exist.
Like
The
no
belief of
data,
winning
bro.
3-on-5 number disadvantage situation because Nork pops off with the AWP and the bomb gets stuck outside the doors on Ancient. You know it's possible.
Don't remind me. First hack timeout. I mean, it makes
Things
sense.
have been going very well.
Yeah, I mean, there's probably no reason to be alarmed. These two rounds,
Both
however,
pistols.
yeah, these two have been a bit more alarming in the sense that there's only been one
Get us in.
frag from Complexity over the course of those two.
Reason got banned?
CTs
Why?
find themselves laden with some extra
In Fortnite or on
bonus
Twitch?
AKs.
Let's go. Lock in. Nah, everyone's saying.
In the third and final map of this series, Spirit stand tall after
we
having
go, bro.
Anubis stripped away from them by a Navi. They got re-energized on the back of Wonderful's clutch. They do manage to hold their own on yet another T-side in this series. 9 rounds, and then 8 on the third.
May the better team win, boys and girls.
It's
This is
been a
it.
class act from Spirit so far on the attacking halves, but now as they switch over to the CT side, we've been looking at Shiro as a real hero here on the third, and I want to see if he can keep that going. Will he get the supporting cast around him? Are we going to have more antics out of Donk and Zontix?
Well, those
These
odds
two
didn't update,
love
right?
a bit of mid-harassment, but right
made
now
no
Shiro
sense.
getting tested over at B. He opens up with the first.
Magic's only with 2 kills in the map right now, but he's got a great
Please.
position. It will go under cleared. He takes
Oh,
one
man.
with him, rotates
Oh,
it here.
man.
Donk
Now we
flooding
need
out
that
the market
pistol,
with the
boys.
rest of Team Spirit, leaving Alexi in the clutch. A little goosh, but there's more where that came from. They'll run him down. No fear for Team Spirit. And the knife is out to finish the round. They might regret it.
What are you doing? Oh my days!
Donk saves
Oh
the
my
day.
days!
Almost a disastrous
Talk about
beginning
greed.
to this second half.
That... I can't believe it. That was so close.
Imagine there was a moment there where everyone on Spirit, everyone felt their hearts start to sink. that they would have given that.
And how they
one
switched to
away,
the
but
pistol on the
Donk
last
comes
guy,
in
bro.
Right at the close, low on health, dinked earlier on, and lets
No,
out
Donk,
his
you're
war
crazy.
cry
You're
to let
crazy, bro.
Navi know that Spirit, they got it this
Jesus.
time.
How is it a
I
kid?
was gonna say not messing around, and then I realized no, they tried to
I
knife.
think Chopper was also out of ammo.
Yeah, Chopper was. but
I
it's-
respect
that
it.
He's going with
And
knife.
I am
Zoltik's
KATOWICE.
pulling out a knife. You just get a trade.
Just
On the side up.
Just a bit of trolling, Yanko.
That is
Cali took a
crazy.
timeout and said, if you guys do this ever again.
How is
I mean, fair enough.
How is the kid the most mature guy there? You know, just coming in, swooping up with a pistol. He's gooshed as well. That really could have gone wrong.
was
That
one bullet away from dying.
One bullet.
That would have been the end. You would have been like,
GG,
well,
GG, honestly.
What the fuck?
well, far closer than it ever had any right to be.
In Donk we
Oh,
trust.
look at JL.
And similar to our last series, this is, I think, the first time in this series that a team
It's a
wins
French
both
timeout.
pistols. And it's on the decider again, so Navi, without the bomb plant, goes for an eco, just a deagle on bit, wonderful Alexi. I think it's not impossible, but most likely gonna have to come back from 10-4 down.
Does the loser go down? No. It is double elimination.
Don't get me
If you
wrong,
lose
that's kind
one
of the
game,
narrative
your
for
next game is
Navi
elimination. You
across the entire
understand?
series.
Navi
Actually,
loses
certainly
here,
got
the
a
next
couple of
game
reps
elimination.
in practicing their
do not wanna be
resilience
there.
and their ability to come back, but you're dead on. I think it's the pistol round, the stick in the landing on the conversions. If they do it, that should make all the difference here. They're going to be so close. It'll be one rifle round between them and essentially just running away with this series. Zywoo says hello as he comes up behind them. In with the
Oh, he
backstab.
farming, bro.
Lots of money made.
That is money.
$100 more than that knife kill would have been. And so now, just wonderful.
Wonderful is having a live game!
Just
What
wonderful.
the hell?
And that's been enough before. Bombs down up in the apartments
It's
right
simple
now.
playing right
Players
now,
Spirit
but-
playing around it. Wonderful moves in.
Full
Look at the
simple
kill, the
vibes.
Smoke in his way. That surely seals the fate of this one. There's no going through this and winning it. He's going to give it his damnedest, but there's the double swing out of the MP9s,
Jesus.
and it's an ace for Zywoo up against just the pistols for Navi.
That
wonder
smoke,
if he
I don't know.
drops an op or two M4s. It's an op for Shiro.
Maybe he
The game
acted like he
Shiro's
was
having, yeah,
throwing it
hopes
from
so
far
at
away
this
as a
point.
fake, you know? I don't know.
Found the opening kill of this half. It was 18 and 5 coming into it.
Or fake flash, yeah, I don't know.
10 to 4. It's just about not dropping the ball now here for Spirit, but their CT Mirage is typically.
Some of you
essentially
low-ranked
marveled
guys shouldn't
by-
question everything.
It's a
Just take it for what it
10
is.
streak on this map for Team Spirit.
Very important.
And that's one way to begin it. Donk getting his vengeance on Wonderful.
Oh, man. Boys, this
who
may be over.
started the comeback on Anubis, the top performer for his squad right now. Spam through a smoke. And they don't even know
Wonderful
about the
entry.
ult. They can expect
The
it.
person with
Donk is
18
not
kills
done,
on Navi.
but Navi maybe.
Second highest, 8 on Alexi.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing, right?
How
Like,
was
last time
JL
they
having
had
a
that
live game nobody else delivered?
guarantee of being able to
And now
bully
it's wonderful.
Zywoo a
What
little
is
bit
going on with
towards
Navi?
aim back on Anubis here when you
This
get
makes
into
no
the
sense.
realm of middle and you've got a terrifying crossfire to try and get through. It's going to be Zywoo harassing and Donk with him. Donk can pick and choose his moments. He can pick and choose his fight, and Team Spirit will often, you know, kind of follow that confidence through, right? They'll play around the fact that Donk likes to fight early. In this one, Spirit look all the better for it. Up 5-on-3, and as mentioned, like, you know, this is really like the rifle round that Navi are meant to try and launch a comeback from. They've only got MP9s to beat.
Oh, wow.
They do get up deep.
Good check from
towards the
JL.
inside.
Wow,
Donk,
JL really
third
wants
kill
this.
in the round before he's silenced.
2v3.
There's still a man back behind Ticket they don't know about. Zywoo dealt with over in jungle. This one's not
Retake
done
is
yet.
on.
Magic slips through, but just
Shiro
looks
versus
away.
JL.
And it's Shiro versus JL.
4 bullets.
Shiro!
What? He's cheating!
And he has been full of clutches all day, but
That makes
one
no
takes the
sense.
cake. It's a random spam to seal JL's.
JL
fate.
reported,
It's what it
maybe
does
back
to
live.
Navi.
Maybe back live.
One plant gives them a little extra cash injection here.
Was?
It means it's not all over. It's not over on that one round, but they're
you
left
see him?
next to nothing, man. And JL never even got to attempt his 1v1.
Yeah, that was a great reposition for JL. To get into jungle, that would have been the perfect way to cut down a connector rotate.
It's flabbergasted
For him, and he just gets shot through.
Does she have the Nvidia setting on where you can see through the smokes?
That gave it away, right? I think whoever was
Did
the
you have
last player,
Netflix.x
Magus
open?
communicated on that cam that he's moving towards bench, so that prompted Shiro to just spam
What
the
the
smoke.
fuck?
Great communication.
Great timing for him to do it, right? But unfortunate for JL, really had a chance there. And that was a 3v5. I mean, Navi really
That's crazy.
needed that.
Damn.
I mean, this is your nightmare if you're Navi, man. Like, you kind of have all the pieces back in the puzzle for Team Spirit. You've got your openers, Donk and Zontix, down to make those sort of plays. Then you've got Shiro as this
ridiculous.
closer who you just can't seem to get past. Keeps locking you out of rounds, out of clutches.
And yeah, Shiro and Magus have 24 kills.
Yeah, sure. Team effort. Team spirit.
What the fuck?
Painful nade to open. Bit's not having a great go at it either. And so to see him softened up when it looked like he was trying to kind of lead the charge out through ramp is just rough. 3 and 12. Someone who, in addition to Wonderful's clutch, like really helped drive home that previous map.
I can't believe it.
He was having a lot of impact on Anubis. Falling silent here on the third.
Wonderful 18 kills. He needs to stay alive for Navi.
This round, he's going to try and make a difference now. It's a dink to open, but not a proper check onto Magix.
Well.
And so if that last rifle round was kind of the final ticket, the bomb plant enabled them a second chance, a shot at redemption, but it might get snuffed away here with very little to show for it. Navi are down to 3. Ema lurking up through Con. Can he be the difference maker? He's going to have to go huge here. Back's turned as he makes his way out, but Chopper immediately silences.
No way, it's flawless. It's flawless.
Flawless round.
Navi doesn't know what to do.
Spirit up on a 12. Match and series point is locked in.
What is going on? It's not even close.
Spirit when they capitulated.
This Navi beat G2 2-0.
But those should be averted by now. This is an
and a couple days before that 2-1
win by Spirit. If they can close it in this fashion. Frustrated are Navi, dejected at this point in the night, and maybe down to the lower bracket in just one round. Shiro has had a phenomenal series. Donk has been delivering as we expect, and Chopper's T-sides have been called to a T, especially in the first 2 maps.
Match point.
Donk out in the open in middle, but they flashed their way
with one
back
of his
for a jungle
toughest
fight.
games,
Alexi
3-13.
Catwalk, but not for long. And this one starts to drip dry. Everyone's coming for the kills in middle. Ema won't last either. It's Zontix with a double kill. Bomb's going to try lurk back out B. It's JL against Magix.
Yeah, no one's actually here for Team Spirit, so still a route in, but Magic's back at the bench, nails that opener, and now Wonderful arrives with the bomb, but he doesn't have a teammate, doesn't have any control over the site. He doesn't want to go pushing into this, but look at the minimap. Look at what Team Spirit are doing. They are boxing them in.
Is insane.
Zontix low on health in the back lines, offers up a kill. And so they at least flushed that out. But you're looking at a 2v4 with Galils with 1 smoke, 1 Molotov. Major missteps would have to happen for Team Spirit.
I want to see Spirit versus Vitality.
They're not going for knives anymore,
Badly.
Navi. This is looking like the end of the line. And it's not going to end in some blaze of glory, some comeback just getting denied.
Show me
No
Zywoo
pep
versus
in
these
your
guys.
step. It is dominating. Complete dominion over this third map of
FaZe,
what Team
Spirit would win against FaZe easily,
as
bro.
Navi move in, it really is the great unraveling, the beginning of the end, and the start of something new for Team Spirit. We were waiting to see them tested, and that test still awaits them.
Crazy.
As they best Navi in a convincing 2-1.
They show up on LAN as they've been doing online,
What is this
and
music?
it feels like Team Spirit are fated for
I
the
need an
spot
interview
with
now.
Apex or Complexity waiting in their upper bracket matchup with FaZe or Eternal Fire.
Bro,
for the
this music right now is not
Team
doing
Spirit are looking
this
good
game
to
fucking
make it to the
justice.
Playoffs of IEM Katowice.
What am I hearing? Am I at a jazz bar?
And Shiro hasn't been on a team for almost, I mean, it's barely been a month that he's on the lineup. And they're looking so polished already, so in control, right? We're talking about high level of team player. Their floor is high, and obviously with DONK, Shiro on your team, your ceiling is going to be pretty high as well.
Is
Yeah,
crazy.
man. I mean, I think this just proves DONK, he's looking like the
So
real
happy.
deal. Zontic's in there alongside him, and then you tie it all together with Shiro as the closer, capable offer. Man, this Spirit squad's got it all.
Yes, I grabbed Magic here as everyone is